I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy body.
So the other thing is our mics are in different positions now. Like last week, they were basically like a W.
Yeah.
The way the cameras were arranged. So we're doing a whole new setup this week, guys, because obviously we are in the Shoky Cave. Cheers, my friend.
Yes, sir.
To your third episode. Sláinte, as they say. As they say in Ireland. You know, as it goes. All right. So we don't really have any bullshit topics to start out with, so we'll just get right into it. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Now You Made It Awkward podcast, episode 84. Yeah. So the problem being that because I edited 82 and then I'm not finished 83 yet, I forgot what it is. And we're a week ahead now.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I'm
that's
confused.
good.
Yeah. So 83 unedited just went up for the patrons today. So for anybody who's interested in that, I'm engaging the camera here. You can definitely check out the Shoky Patreon. And of course, with me is Jefe, El Jefe.
Hey, buddy. How are you today?
As he is known. Yeah, so I am Shoky. He is Jefe.
No, Jefe, not Hefty.
Don't call him Jefe. He's my brother. Or whatever that old bit was. He's not Jefe. He's my brother.
Oh, he's not heavy.
Heavy. Yeah. So that's why I was saying Jefe the way I did.
Yeah.
Look, I'm gonna get down to your weight. Damn it. This is a fucking.
You got to catch up, man. I'm gonna keep dropping.
Down. I know. I got to actually do something, dude. I sweated my ass off this morning rearranging in here. So Saturday, and the video will go up. There'll be a vlog for it on the Patreon of me reorganizing the Shoky Cave here. So, guys, this is the first official.
What, you do a time lapse or something?
Yes, I time lapsed it from up there and up over here, and then was vlogging with the third camera.
So they get to watch you be frustrated and tired.
They get to see a lot of butt crack. And in fact, they see a lot of me laying on the floor trying to get wiring from inside the desk. So the wiring used to run through the channel. I drilled holes out and ran it through the desk.
He says, I'm stuck. Help.
No, there were several times where I'm like, God damn it, I can't get in here. So as you can see there, the remaining 2 wires, it was 5 wires on the floor before, along with a cluster of bullshit back here where I'm now sitting. So a lot of cord management and a lot of that stuff. But on top of it, all of the mess that was over there just from reorganizing, I cleaned up this morning and put stuff away.
I'd say half of it's out there.
Yeah, so I actually need your help when we leave. I need to get rid of those boxes.
Gotcha.
If, we'll run those out if you don't mind. But then, like, just getting rid of, there was a bin in here that's just full of random shit and building stuff. So I put it out in the hall closet with all the rest of my building supplies.
Well, you got to have spares. You got to have, like with my carpentry at home, I'm a scrap hoarder now. Lumber's gotten so expensive. I have to keep every stick, anything usable.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because simple things. They locked the keys into the dually last week, so I went out to the shop, cut 2 wedges, got my soft blow hammer, tapped them in, made a space, pulled the antenna off my motorcycle, unlocked it. Now we have a break-in kit.
Well, in theory, just having a spare key would help.
Well, yeah, but that's the old-ass dually they bought used. So,
do you have a key?
Yeah.
There's places that cut keys.
There is, but I don't care.
I'm amazed you don't own a key cutter.
That's not a bad idea.
I don't know where you buy key cutters, but I'm amazed you don't own one with all the shit you do have. Probably find one at like a scrap sale or something.
Right, old manual.
Yeah. Just it is what it is. And guys, we don't have the wide cam today because, well, I tried.
We feel bad.
Yeah, we felt bad. I felt very bad. So actually, today I did put episode 83 up for everyone to see on there, just so people can get an idea of.
Yeah.
Try to draw more people into watching the podcast on the Patreon. So right off the bat, we do have a question. I've not heard this question, but it is from Sean, old co-host of this show, and the guy where we get our sign-off from. So he sent in a question. So here's the funny part. A little history for people outside of this show.
And me.
You're new here. Sean would always send in random questions to our podcast chat that would be perfect podcast questions and discussions. And we would have those discussions just in our chat. I'm like, we should be recording this shit. Why are we having this discussion here? So I told him today, I was like, just send in some of those Sean questions you always...
questions, all right.
Sean. So we were actually supposed to have a segment where Sean would just send in questions and comments, and we would just respond to it.
Yeah, roll with it.
So in theory, keep him as part of the show because I'm trying to get him to move here. He lives in the middle of nowhere up North Texas.
Yeah.
And,
Lubbock or what?
Past. Oh,
Okay.
no. That's more west. He's more north.
Oh, he was in the Panhandle. Was he
He's up in the
Was he
Panhandle.
affected by the wildfires?
A little bit.
Okay.
A little bit. More of his family was. But I'm trying to get him to move down here to the quote-unquote big city. But I told him he needs to move in your neck of the woods where it's still country.
For now.
Oh. But I mean,
we're gonna watch
it's
that
going to
place.
it's going to be a little bit before the big city encroaches there. But
I'm sure by the time I retire, I'm going to be surrounded. And I'm
probably
going to hate it.
Probably. All right, so let's listen to Sean's question here. We don't have any comments elsewise. But guys, if you do want to write into the show with any questions or comments, you can do so at the NowYouMadeItAwkwardMail at gmail.com. Also, if you want to support the show in any way, shape, or form, you could do so at the merch link and go buy some Nymea merch if you're interested in that, including the Learn to Retard shirt. That was from Sean. That was a legit thing he said in our chat. I screen capped it and turned it into merch.
What, Learn to Retard?
Learn to retard. Because it's not what he was trying to say, which is why it was even funnier. He was trying to say something else. He was trying to say learn to get good retard or something. Instead, he said learn to retard.
He speaks good, doesn't he?
Yeah. All right. So he said, here's one question. So let's see what this is.
So what's the top 5 songs to play while running from the cops in a high-speed pursuit?
Well, I'm kind of annoyed that he sent in a top 5 question like an asshole, because we definitely don't need any top 5s right now. But I would say if you have any songs offhand.
Offhand, Running with the Devil.
Okay. I would say Welcome to the Jungle.
That was my number 2.
Okay. And let's see what else we got. Would you put Bad Boys on and play it loud back at them?
That's a little camp, in my opinion.
Oh, yes, because you're so far above campiness. Fucking dick.
Low-hanging fruit and all.
Look, I don't care how low the fruit is. I'm going to pick it.
But Bad Company would be a solid number 3 for me.
Bad Company might be fun. That might be fun.
Jekyll same band, Jekyll and Hyde.
How about...
Or Monster by Skillet.
I would say when you think you know it's about over, start playing Poncho and Lefty.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, Monster by Skillet would be good.
That's a good...
The question is, are you playing the music to give you getaway energy, or are you playing the music to mock the police?
Exactly. That's
it's the purpose here. It is apply the purpose to which it belongs.
If you're mocking the police, you might as well do Pop Go the Weasel on a loop.
Or fuck the police.
Yeah.
You know? That's a good clear, you know. I don't know what else. I feel like something from Kid Rock's early days probably would work too. American Badass or Bawa Taba would probably both work.
Both of those would work.
Yeah, I think both of those would be fun.
Or something Ted Nugent.
Perhaps
Bat Out of Hell.
Also feel like you need some
I'm
credence.
sorry,
in
that
there.
was Meatloaf.
That's Meatloaf.
Yeah.
Bat Out of Hell though, that's more of a power ballad.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I got no problems with Bat Out of Hell. I enjoy that song.
And what's the one I was thinking of from Ted Nugent?
I don't know. Off the top of my head, I'm not sure.
I'll figure it out in like 4 hours.
Maybe some Pantera in there. Cowboys from Hell.
Yeah.
Something crazy, something upbeat. I think that's at least 5 from each of us.
Yep.
And they're fairly well different.
Mm-hmm.
So there's your answer, Sean. Thanks for your top 5 question, you dick. It's like of all the random things for you to ask at this point, what I want to do, what I should do, is just say that like, hey, if you have any questions, just send in a voice message we could play.
That'd be nice.
I can do that on the Messenger in theory. I know some places have like a voicemail to call, but like I'm not going to be that advanced. Mm-hmm. This makes no money right now, so I'm not going to go and get a fucking. I was like, I'm not in no way going to go and get a voicemail, which basically you're paying for a cell phone that no one has the number of.
Right.
Is really what that turns into, and that's just not worth it on my time. Whereas we could easily just open up a specific messenger chat, you know. Make sure we're good here. I'm going to double check the email before I go. Once again, what is that email, Jeff? Do you know?
I do not know.
Okay, you heard me say it a couple times. So NowYouMadeItAwkwardMail at gmail.com. And you can also message me directly. Usually my links are in the description down below. And whenever Jeff has links, we'll put those down there. They'll be the Jefe links.
Yeah, I don't have links yet. I'm working on one for the dog rescue.
Mostly,
stuff like that.
mostly smoked links.
Got those today.
I know. He definitely brought some snacks today because we're not fat enough. Actually, that's true. You're not fat enough. I need you to get fatter. So
Well, on a whim, saltine firecrackers. Just a whole bunch of seasonings on saltines and Ritz and some crushed red pepper and olive oil and bake.
That is blinking. Did you see it? The light was...
Are you having a stroke?
No, it was doing some weird shit. No, I don't know if that's worth having on that bright. There we go. That's base lighting.
Okay.
Either way, we're messing with things, guys. It is what it be. You know, new situation. We got to do what we got to do.
But anyway, I'm always in the kitchen messing with something, so I figured I'd bring something once in a while.
I appreciate that. Unfortunately, I had just eaten breakfast not that long ago.
Yep.
So I ate breakfast before I went shopping for food.
That's a good idea, so you
Yeah.
don't wind up grabbing everything in sight.
Well, I don't do that anyways, just because I don't have monies.
And it's ridiculous. You go to the grocery store, you pick up, 4 bags of groceries, and it's, $105, $110.
If that,
Yeah.
I got lucky. It was just under $70, which means it was $69.
Well, I'm turning into my mother. I'm looking at all the coupons, looking at the sales they're having every week now, and I'm buying those.
Yeah. I was mostly going to say there's some type of breast joke, but, I wanted to talk.
You wanted to talk.
Yeah.
I felt left out.
Yeah. It's like, well, it's just, I got plenty. I got plenty of moves. I'm good. I got to stop looking at the screen when I switch cameras because it's obvious what I'm doing.
It really is.
Well,
You need some tactile bumps or something.
that's what these is.
Then quit looking, damn it.
No, what I need, so they have like this, but it's literally like just a 4-button like
Yeah.
thing. So I don't have to look. I can just go boot to do.
Yep.
That's what I really need. But I mean, I'm not upset at this as long as I make sure I look this way or at the camera whenever I do it, and then I look back at you, and you didn't say anything, so it's fine.
But you're not
But
going
then I go
to.
to this button. It's fine. I mean, as long as I never have to take my fingers off these buttons ever to do anything else, I'm fine. Yeah, it's fine. All right. So either way, the other thing is I am used to looking at this screen for anything and everything I do. Also, I just realized that whenever I go so whenever I go to do reaction setup again later this week, I have to flip the camera again because that's reverse from what I normally do because I'm looking at you.
Yep.
So maybe it would have been better if I'd put you over there.
Don't put me in the corner, damn it.
You're technically in the corner.
Not that one.
You're in a corner and on a corner. You're on the corner of the desk and you're in the corner of the room. And you got my lovely hat collection behind you. Which, by the way, more hat hangers are coming today, so I can hang up the
good
4
grief.
new hats.
Too many hats.
Well, look, a lot of guys collect shoes. A lot of guys collect belts or fancy watches. I buy mostly inexpensive hats. So some of them are a little more expensive than others, but at least I'm not paying like secondhand prices. Some of these assholes on Facebook are fucking charging for these things. eBay, dude. Like, if you see like a couple of them have got pins on them, so they're pins to match that hat. Mm-hmm. Dude, they're $8. That's it.
Yeah.
$8 for a cast metal and ceramic painted pin, right? People are turning around and selling those things for $40 a piece.
Because people will pay that.
Because there's dipshits who will pay that.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. And I hate fucking secondhand market on this shit, dude. Like, you see all the toys and everything I got in here. Some people will buy like a quote unquote limited edition thing and then flip it for like a stupid amount of money. And I'm not talking about like the Facebook waffles, as we call them. Raffles.
Oh, okay.
You can't call it a raffle legally on Facebook. So they call them waffles to get away from it. At least that they're like taking a $200 thing and then selling 40 tickets at $5 a piece, basically.
There's a knife maker up north of Tomball that was doing that for a while.
Making his own knives?
Fellow that left the sheriff's department started working his butt off making great knives, but they're $200-$300 blades.
Yeah. I just had an idea while you were saying that. We need to do a get to know Jefe episode.
Okay.
Because like everybody else has had a long time to get to know the other co-host. So I think if you guys have any questions for Jeff / Jefe, it's gonna be hard for me to say that. Either way, by all means, write them in, put them in the comments down below. Anything you want to know about getting to know him and stuff like that, and then we'll do that next episode.
Cool. That'll be fun.
Yeah, because I mean, they know me fairly well. Because most people who are subscribed to this show are already subscribed to all my other Shoky content.
Yeah, that might be a long episode. I'm into too many damn things.
Well, I mean, it just depends on what they ask you.
Yeah.
Because, well, one of the longest episodes we did was episode 69. Because
I bet.
We did.
You're childish. Yeah.
Well, we did 69 questions. So we did a 69 question questionnaire that I came up with.
Okay.
And I pulled some stuff from the internet. Some things were suggestions. Other things were just, off the top of the head. And that was a lot of fun. Just sitting there answering questions. A lot of them were either or.
Didn't really have to think. You just goofed off, had a good time.
Yeah, pretty much. And we had, I think we had nearly a full house. I think Rob disappeared for most of that one because Rob was always working from home. So like he would disappear for like an hour because he'd have to go do a meeting or something like that. And then like we'd see after like 15 minutes of silence from him, we would see a thing in the chat would pop up. Sorry guys, I have a call. It was just funny. Sorry, I keep getting all these fucking notifications. It's annoying.
Turn it off.
No. I mean, no. Oh, no.
That's my gig.
Yeah. You're better at the walk-in impression than I am. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn that off so I don't look at it. And then I'll just every now and then change the button.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh, how about I make sure? Yeah, okay. Just making sure it was recording. Because that would have been stupid.
Yeah.
It has happened before.
Shouldn't that be step one?
Yes. But.
And then step two?
Yeah, this is a 12-step program. Mine got a little watered down, but it's still good.
What are you drinking today?
That was that Noble whiskey.
That is good stuff. I'm on a Nutty Squirrel peanut butter whiskey.
Squirrel. Yeah, there you go. All right, so we're going to kind of go back to normal format for a little bit here and talk about the stuff and things that have happened on my end for a little bit, whether, nerdy wise, watching stuff, anything I've got in, stuff I've just been doing, that kind of thing. So for the most part, like I said, for the last couple days, I've just been reorienting the room here, moving the desk into a completely old, it's actually the original setup that was in here. Back before there was less everything in here at that point. After I got all that done, I'm getting to the point where I can get back to doing some reviews over there. Got the desk set up and the floor cleaned off, like I said earlier. But then other than that, this weekend, Jessica and I were, we got to stay in a little bit. I took off Saturday for vacation, as it were. And we tried to get a table. We talked last week about trying
it worked well.
Well, Willis Discount Furniture is going out of business. So they wanted to do a going out of business sale. So I said, screw it. I know they got tables. Let's go see what they got. They had one table that fit our needs, and the price was fine with the 20% off or whatever it was. It was just, it didn't really match our other stuff. We have kind of a dark mocha thing going on for the most part, color-wise in the living room. So it was more of a more of a brown oak situation. Yeah. So we passed on that. We went down to American Home Store, American Home Furniture, whatever the fuck it's called. America's Funniest Home Furniture. Dude, because we're looking for a round table, because the square table just doesn't make a lot of sense for that spot.
Right.
And they had a lot of them, but none of it was like fucking Goldilocks, man. It was literally like, this one's too small, this one's too big and too tall, this one is tall but not big enough, this one doesn't come with chairs we like. It was fucking bullshit.
Right.
And like, they're so cheap because they buy in bulk from the manufacturer, so they can sell shit. I mean,
it costs more to make your own table.
It does. And believe me, I've done that. I mean, I've made tables. I know how much they cost, especially if you're doing real hardwood. God, I couldn't imagine now. That was years ago, last time I did that.
Yeah, it's rough.
Oh, see, one other benefit to being in here, we have a ceiling fan.
We'll see how that comes over in the recording.
It doesn't.
Really?
No, unless I had the other button pushed.
Good.
If I had the other button pushed, then you'd be able to hear it. That was really funny. So the stupid little wobbly cam there? When I had a cell phone on that little wobbly stick, the fan was actually...
No way.
Yeah, it was. I could see it. I was like, what the fuck?
It was seasick.
It was this camera right here. So it was just funny. I was like watching it go. Oh, that was the other thing I didn't tell you because you hadn't seen the video. So that first video, I guess the one
that just dropped?
No, the first one we did. So that was episode 2. So the first one we did, your introductory episode.
Yeah, that one just dropped Friday.
Yes, sorry, correct. Sorry. The video, though, is what I'm talking about.
Okay, good.
I noticed that you were basically, not you, but your camera was doing... It was, for anybody who can't see what I'm doing, it was literally rocking like a ship. And I figured out what was going on. It was, anytime you moved, it was trying to stabilize.
Really, it was trying to keep me in the center?
Yes. So you were moving
That's
a little bit
pretty
forward,
good.
a little back. Problem is, I kept cutting back to it, and then when you were on screen for more...
It'd have the autocorrect?
Yeah, so it's got the auto thing, and it was just constantly swaying. I was like, if I left it on you, people would be seasick. So, but that was because we were filming on the camera. So that was just the setting on there. I normally don't have auto.
So now you're filming off the computer.
Yes, I am filming off the computer, and I push the buttons, and you can see the different cameras. Like right now, it's on Jeff.
So no more C6 Steve?
Hopefully not.
Right.
I mean, you just got to look at us. We're sea monsters, so it is what it is. All right, so on top of that, failing to get a table. And I even resorted to Amazon. I'm like, okay, look, let's go found a really cool table for a really nice price. Put it in a cart. Hit proceed to checkout, and then saw the $165 delivery fee.
Oh,
I'm
no.
like, fuck you. I was like, that's why it was so cheap. They
Right.
rolled the cost into the delivery. And it was table only. It wasn't even chairs. Because I'd say, screw it, I can always get other chairs. But
Right.
the table itself would have fit our needs almost exactly. So basically, we need somewhere between a 45 and a 42-inch.
Have you tried the
round.
new place down south of Crichton Road?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Okay.
That was American Furniture, whatever. And then they were even told us that at the new living spaces that opened up, they have the same stuff, but for more.
Yeah.
Because they don't buy in bulk. So we're still on the hunt for a new living room table so that we can have game nights and shit like that, and or have the podcast out there. Although this will work out pretty decently. It's just...
Once we get a better chair.
Once I get another chair, because now my chair is trapped behind the desk. So I'm going to have to figure out another situation for me to be able to do reviews, let alone anyone else to sit in here.
Oh, and if you get a third and fourth, it's going to be
Oh, no,
a little crowded.
No. They get the stools at that point. Well, at that point, if we're going to have 3 people, then we'll be out there.
Okay.
It'll just be easier, And if we're at a real table, real easy, we'll just deal with the sound problems.
Right.
Because it is very echoey out there. However, I did think about we do have a blackout curtain that we used to have in the living room at our old place. And I pulled out the rod and stuff like that. And I'm like, we can hook this shit up here. Car alarm. So.
I hears it.
Yep. So we'll probably do up the door right there. We'll pull out the blackout curtains and cover that up. And also that way it'll keep some of the heat and cold out this summer. And also hopefully kill some of the noise from the store.
You got to do something.
Just burp a little. You can burp out loud. No one cares.
Yeah, I wasn't raised to be a heathen most of the time.
I'm fine with it. They're used to it because I just do it. I just fucking do
But
it.
last summer it got so bad in the house, I actually had to put a UV tent on the entire windows by the dining room table and all that. That whole wall, I had to put a UV tent on, and it got, even with the AC set on 69, 70.
Yeah.
It was 75, 76 in there all day in the afternoons.
Yeah, see, the funny thing is I keep it during the summer. I'll keep it at 76 because that's the lowest I can keep it, that it's comfortable with the fan on and as hot as it gets on the third floor.
Right.
And we moved in the summer, and we had no curtains. Those huge windows out there, especially the ones that don't have blinds, because it's got the big windows above.
Your bedroom gets all the sun.
Yeah, the bedroom gets all the morning and early day sun, and of course, at the end of the day, we got nothing. But this one is in between, so I got light here all day long, but it's not direct light. Mm-hmm. And we do have a 3-foot overhang for the most part. So there's nice big eaves on everything. I guess technically I have the short end of the eaves here because this is a bump out a little bit. So either way, but no, like I said, if I cover this window, it'll make it cooler and or warmer in here because I think there's something wrong with the AC trunk right there. Mm-hmm. I think it leaks a little bit because in the winter, it blows cold before the warm air gets there.
Okay.
Either that or it's just because it's in the attic and it just has just air that's been sitting
Takes
there.
a while.
Yeah, but I mean, I'll feel the cold breeze and then the heat will come. So one way or the other, it feels like it's leaking. Either way, It does suck because we have the attic above us, so it makes us a little hotter. Plus, all the heat from everyone else's bullshit rises up to us.
At least you don't have to hear anybody pounding on the floor above you.
That's why we're on the top floor, because we did that for 5 years at the old place.
My father-in-law's apartment, must have a troop of dancing hippos or something up there.
You'd be surprised.
They are loud as hell.
Yeah, people do actually keep hippos in their apartments. It's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I'm taking off my hat because that hat.
A little warm?
Yeah, I need some airflow with all these lights on. It gets a little warm. It's like, worst case scenario, we turn off the overhead light if we have to, and we'll just deal with poor lighting. Because like when I used to stream in here with all the lights on during the middle of the day, I was like, fuck, it's getting hot. I was like, at least on camera, I'm red because that's how the camera is. It's not that I'm that hot, unless I actually am, that I can't see. I've only had a tiny bit of whiskey. I'm fine, people. Oh, shit. Okay, on top of that, Sunday middle of the day, I think. No, it was Saturday night. Here's the weird part. So I'm used to only having one full day off on the weekend, and that's Sunday. So having Saturday off threw off everything, right?
Of course.
And it was daylight savings time because we still do that here.
Maybe for another year.
Maybe. Hopefully.
We'll see.
Hopefully we get rid of that shit. The 2025 agenda. We get rid of daylight saving time finally. But no, what I was going to say is I watched a movie on your recommendation. We watched Spaceman.
Okay, I was wanting to see that.
Okay, so it's a new Adam Sandler joint on Netflix.
And he plays a very serious, very straight character.
And that was the weird part. The fact that he was a very straightforward...
Now, how did he do playing a straight character?
I mean, he did fine. But the weird part is he's also not playing an American. Because, okay, so it's... For anybody who hasn't seen this on the flicks, as it were. So, as a basic premise, this weird spatial anomaly has cropped up in our skies. And we're like, okay, where the fuck is this? And apparently it's just past Jupiter. Like just a little ways past Jupiter. So inside our solar system. So apparently the Czech Republic is somehow one of the top governments in the world. I have no idea. Except they're more like full on Soviet in a way. You hear in some of the flashbacks that they're getting away from communism and going into socialism.
Okay.
But they also call themselves not Czechoslovakia. They call themselves something else. So it's their space program that has built this long-distance spacecraft, which is basically like a International Space Station for one. Mm-hmm. And he's been sent to go check it out. But they're also in a weird space race with Korea, apparently.
Well, that's different.
Yeah.
Which Korea?
They didn't specify. So in that universe, it might only be the one. Either way. So he's out there alone. He's been out there for 183 days at the beginning of it, I think. And he's still a week away from the anomaly. So obviously being alone in space will drive you fucking nuts, right?
Well, being alone anywhere long enough will drive you a little batty.
Yeah, I mean, you're basically alone all night at work.
Okay, enough said.
Yeah. And here you are. This is why you've bothered to come hang out here.
That's why I bring a dog with me, you know?
Yeah, exactly. So the thing is, with being this far out, it starts out with the premise of him and his wife having marital problems all of a sudden. Like, she won't answer his calls, which apparently they have light speed phone calls.
FTL, faster than light.
Not travel, but phone call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Communication,
faster than light communication, which is crazy. It's doable, I guess, but, you know.
I guess micro wormholes or something like that.
I don't know how they're doing it. They don't explain any of the science. It's fine. And they have projector technology, but not holographic technology.
Okay.
But here's the weird part, is that somehow in this Czech space situation, they also have a clearly Indian guy who's working for them. And like, so it's almost like they're a multinational thing somehow. It's like they don't give you any background on the world at all. They give you nothing. You just pick up what's happening through the movie. So either way, the whole point of it is he's been losing his mind. He volunteered apparently to go on this trip against the will of his wife, apparently. And now their marriage is on the rocks, and she won't answer his calls.
So now he's truly alone.
So he's really alone. He's basically only got his handler.
Yeah, his handler at Chassa.
Yeah, Chassa. Yeah. But the weird part that happens. So it just sounds like a normal sci-fi movie, right? then he wakes up one morning, and there's a big-ass spider.
I saw that in the previews.
Yeah. So a secondary character happens in the show, and it's a giant talking spider that has like a human mouth inside of its spider mouth.
Mandibles.
Yeah, so it's got kind of mandibles, but then it has clearly a human mouth. You see it talking in English. And by the way, that's Paul Dano playing the spider, which I didn't realize till the end. Which is why the voice is so fucking creepy and soothing at the same time, because he does exactly that. By the way, for everybody who can't see, Jeff is currently eating some summer sausage.
Hush, it's good.
Yeah, it is good.
I woke up at like 11:30. Give me a break.
It's fine. I don't blame you. Just watch. I'll mute whenever you get to the crackers. Whenever you pick up a cracker, I'll hit the mute button.
I wasn't
for you.
planning on it.
No, you can. I don't care. But that's why we have the mute button, for that reason. So either way, hilarity ensues. By that I mean terror, because giant spider in the spacecraft.
So not
with you.
hilarity.
Yeah. And so
Chaos.
So to just not, I don't want to spoil much. I just want to talk about what happens. He starts, once this alien appears and starts talking to him in perfect English, which apparently this alien is also alone.
It's probably telepathic in some ways.
No, it's opening its mouth.
No.
Oh, it is telepathic, yes. Because
So it accessed his language.
No, he said
function
that,
of its brain.
No, he said what he says is that he was hanging out around Earth, keeping an eye on humanity, tapped into our communications and stuff
so-
like it. It was trying to learn human history.
So anything we broadcast, TV, radio, whatever, it eventually gets out far enough.
No, what he's saying is he's basically just been wandering the stars for an inordinate amount of time since his home planet was destroyed, and he hasn't run into a whole lot of other sentient beings.
Oh, he's an explorer too.
Yes, that's literally in the line and the thing. I am also an explorer.
Really?
Yeah, cool. So he ends up at Earth at one point, and so he hangs out around Earth watching us do shit, but he wants to learn. He has no interaction with humanity or anything else. He just watches us and accesses our stuff, watches,
So making sure we're not dangerous or
just seeing what's up. You run into another sentient species and they can't tell you're there, but you can just watch. So basically he saw the spaceship go and he decided to see what was up. And then he actually can access the main character's memories. I forgot his name. Jakob. So Jacob, but check.
yeah,
And
member of Chassa.
yeah, Jessa. Sure. And so he starts accessing his memories in like these crazy, like really trippy flashbacks. Like they're doing all kinds of crazy fisheye lenses and other weird effects on the memories. And it's all about his time with his wife. And you start uncovering the story about how they got from there to this current problem. Because in the story, you see that she has left him. It starts out with her, "I'm leaving you and divorcing you" message, and they're refusing to send it to him.
Oh wow!
Because he's a week away from completing his mission.
So they don't want him to completely go bonkers.
Because not only that, he has to go all the way out there,
But come home.
somehow come home, 200 days out,
Yeah.
basically. And so they don't want him to lose his shit, so they're not telling him that his wife has left him. He's desperately trying to get a hold of his wife. And then it's realistically what it turns into is a sci-fi movie that is about a person fixing themselves through a weird spider alien
Okay.
that has fingers, and it's weird. Like realistically, like the more you look at it, because it doesn't really look like a straight up spider, because sometimes it has like at least on a macro scale, because spiders are generally on kind of a micro scale, it looks almost like gorilla shaped. Like the head is kind of up and it has like a hump to it,
Almost like a arachnid type centaur thing.
Yeah, but he's got normal 8 legs, but he's got the extra little arms up front. But he has tentacles, which is fucking weird. Like, so he's got like really curled up tentacles, and that's how he's interacting.
So
with
it's just
stuff.
a very unnerving character.
Very, but he's very nice, and he doesn't do anything threatening at all. He said, like, "I'm not going to kill you. I'm not going to eat you. I just want to talk. I want to learn more about you. I see that you're going through this shit. Let's work this out."
So there's no real terror from the entity.
There is, because you can't trust him. Because it's still a fucking alien that somehow got on his ship in the middle of nowhere space.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. And so, like, the other part that's disconcerting.
Space hobo.
Yeah, he's kind of a space
Good
hobo.
grief.
But, like, it in a weird way, it works in the same way Interstellar works. If you've ever seen it,
I loved Interstellar.
Okay,
I thought
so
that was great.
it has a lot of similar aspects of playing with time and space, but in a different way. The effects are surprisingly good for what seems like a low budget movie, because I mean they basically, I don't know where they got the whole ass inside of a spaceship.
But that's pretty much where the entire movie exists.
Almost, but I mean they actually have like a control center where they're clearly probably using NASA's old control center for like movie stuff. They've got several outer locations at different houses.
So once they had those, 5 or 6 sets built, they were set for the movie.
Well, some of them are just a house. Some of them is like the command center. Some of it is random little scenes in a field. You know, whatever, wherever they got this, what looks like. Here's the funny part. It's clearly slightly future tech because they got some shit we don't have.
Yeah.
But it all looks like shit from the 1970s. Like, it looks like they scrapped together everything that they had
So
on
a panel
hand.
with a bazillion buttons on it in front of
Yes.
you. And,
And like an old ass phone with like big buttons to push. And then like some of the computer, like it's got new modern laptops strapped to a thing with Velcro, but then has a really old like CRT thing. So it looks like they took an old space station, converted it into a ship for long distance, and added a bunch of other shit to it. But the funny part is, it's having problems because it's 180 fucking days in space.
And it was built by the Czech.
Or whoever technically built it, we don't know. But the other thing is, it starts having issues, like I said, and he's the only one there to maintain this shit. Only person. So if anything goes wrong, he has to know how to do all of it.
Similar to The Martian.
In a way.
Which is one of my favorite books.
It's a fantastic movie. I never read the book because I don't read much.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a bibliophile.
And that's fine. Yeah. And that's fine. To each their own. I used to read a lot when I was a kid. Doing book reports ruined that for me. So I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to spoil anything, but the real terror keeps coming from his dreams, how he basically looks like he's on death's door the whole time, and you're not sure if he's losing his mind.
Sounds like his own insecurities are actually causing a lot of the issues.
Sometimes. But the thing that drives him crazy, and this is the part that would drive anyone crazy, there's a leak. There's a seal problem on the toilet, and it's a vacuum toilet like you see for any kind of space shuttle.
Yep, space shitter. Gotcha.
Yeah, space shitter. But the problem is it will just randomly lose seal and start vacuuming loudly as he's sleeping. So it wakes him up, and then he's trying to get permission to fix it, and he said, well, we'll try again to get permission to allow you to do that, because they want to, I guess, allocate time and energy. So they said, worry about getting the cameras up, because there are problems with the internal cameras. Nice, convenient part of the story, the internal cameras, except for one, the one that he uses to communicate. Because this is the fun part. This is what made it very real. Sponsors. He has to do sponsored segments.
No.
Yes. His face is on all kinds of products that are on the thing. So because he's the first astronaut to go this far out.
They're more worried about PR.
They were worried about
and
PR.
making money.
Yes. So if the cameras aren't working, then we don't have all the cool stuff that we got to show people.
Yeah.
Not to mention, it is a scientific endeavor. If the cameras aren't working, we will never see what you found, which is a really cool thing. Like they technically explain what the anomaly is, but then they also don't, because you hear it from the perspective of the alien.
It's vague enough to let you know there's something there, but they didn't have to really come up with a bunch of relative sounding bullshit.
Yes, exactly. And there's enough real and pseudoscience at the same time explained through a spider alien that you just...
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like...
We'll go along with this.
Yes. It's like, fine, I'm on board. Let's do that.
Hi, Spider.
Yes. He does eventually give him a name. Because when he first comes in, he keeps calling...
Oot.
Huh?
Doesn't call him Oot.
No.
You ugly thing.
No. No, he gives him a name. And then you relive the memory sort of
Sorry, that was a reference to one of my favorite all-time book series.
What's that?
Expeditionary Force by Craig Allinson.
Okay. I know the name.
Fantastic series.
So, on top of that, I did watch a little bit more Letterkenny.
Yep.
Because I'm reliving the series.
Of course.
It's still good. It took a while for Hulu to go, oh, you're rewatching this, so we should start every episode over again.
It takes a minute.
Yeah, because it was just picking up at the end of the episode wherever I left off the last time I watched something, you know?
I tried to get into watching stuff last night, but I couldn't. I spent from 7 p.m. till 3:15 this morning doing nothing but polishing aluminum wheels.
Yeah.
Each one took about 2.5 hours.
Yeah, that's crazy. like the most I've ever done something like that was...
Well, you don't have 11 hours you get paid just to sit there and kill time either.
I mean, I don't technically get paid to do this, but I can make money doing this. So,
Right.
I mean, I do spend more time at home doing this than I do anything else. Oops, what did I do?
Pushing buttons, damn it.
I pushed a button twice. So I'm just making sure it didn't fuck anything up when I pushed it twice. It did not. Yay. So, there was another thing we watched, and I'm going to forget what it was. Because there was a toss-up. There was another new movie on Netflix called Damsel.
Yeah.
And we were going to watch that because it was like number 1 recommended, and then number 2 recommended was Spaceman. So I'm like, I'm going to watch that because Jeff said so.
I did get part 1 of my homework done this week.
Okay, so we will get to that in just a second.
Okay.
So we go back, one person then the other. That way I got time, then you got time. It's all good.
Go.
Yeah. So I did want to mention that I did finally get some stuff in. I haven't talked about this in a while because normally if I get anything in, whatever it might be, like you saw out there, there was a couple statues and a couple figures. So I did get 2 more Naruto statues for this shelf right through here. So, and if you look at it, you go, well, where the fuck are you supposed to put 2 more statues? So if you look right down there, you see one that's got nothing next to it. It's just sort of hanging out by himself. So that's a really cool one. But I needed something that would flank him on either side. And those 2 out there, while they're not made for that exact thing, that's what I'm going to use them for. So either way, some 2 Naruto statues. Actually, technically they're Boruto statues, but we're not going to split hairs here. But I also got some of the new Mega Man figures from Jada Toys. So I've got the Mega Man things back there, the 8-bit things on the wall. So I love the original Mega Man games. They're so much fun, this old side scrolling shit. So Jada Toys apparently got a lot of the license from Capcom because down there by your feet, there's some Street Fighter toys that are kind of there. So those are really good. And they're inexpensive, which is good because there's a lot of high-end versions of these figures that I don't feel like spending $90 a piece for.
Right.
So at $24 a pop, at least for those, I forgot how much those cost, but they weren't that much. I think they were like $12, $18. For 3-dimensional versions of Mega Man figures. And I figured what I might do is another type of shadow box like I've got back there, but then have him like all of them around Mega Man in the middle, because that might be cool. Like do it like a setup like for the game menu. That might be fun. We'll see what happens in the future. Because, display space is at a premium right now.
You're running out of room, bub.
Well, the thing is, all the Gundam boxes are going to go away. And it's like, if you're keen on anything, like if you want to take a peek through and like things that are already built and you want to like mess with, that's fine. But like, I'm going to empty out the Detolfs behind me. I'm going to find however many, like you see how that one's on display? Mm-hmm. So I'm going to find other ones that I really desperately want to have on display and will look good together as a set, which I do have. And then basically everything else, gone. Everything that's unbuilt, everything that's unbuilt, obviously I'm going to keep because that's future stuff. Like that big ass black box right there, that's a Millennium Falcon.
Okay.
So that needs to be built. So like actually I have a bunch of Star Wars ships that are put away, and I would like to actually have those out on display because I spent a lot of good time fucking making those.
That might be a half fun thing to video. Just a build day.
Maybe. I mean, like I'm pretty particular.
With like multiple people?
Oh no, this is not something. It's not like Lego. This is not a multiple person thing. Because that's the perfect grade Millennium Falcon for anybody who cares. And it's a 1/72 scale. So decent size.
So it's snip, file, glue.
You don't have to do much filing, but yeah, no glue. That one did come with the electronics because it was the first run one. So
then there's weathering and all that you got to do.
Got to do all the weathering. Got to add the water slides. It does have laser cut metal stuff to put in certain places, so you got to do that shit. So the main reason I haven't done that is because I don't have anywhere to put it, so I don't want to build it until I have somewhere to put it.
And that'll take you days and days to get done right.
Probably take me about 6 or 7 days to get it the way I want.
Yep.
Because the Star Destroyer took me 6 days total, and that was the 1/5000 scale, which is still 1 foot long. So
Right.
the thing is 12 inches long and it's 1/5000 scale.
But a lot of detail.
Yeah, but it's also got the lighting kit on it. I did Aztecing on it, and then I weathered it on top of that with real oil weathering, which
Yeah.
I'd never done
Rub
before.
and buff
so
and all that?
No, I didn't do rub and buff. I just did
Oil paint.
oil wash,
Okay.
which is actually you can't.
Did you dilute it or put it on straight?
Diluted it slightly
Okay.
with some mineral spirits, and then put it on there because I didn't want to ruin the paint underneath.
Yeah.
But it came out really really beautiful. It's in a box somewhere. Once again, things I want to put on display. And then I have a few other Power Rangers items. I probably end up putting in this detolf here in just different ways. Even though that's all Power Rangers right there. This is like technically Sentai things that just don't fit in with anything else. But will look really good lit up in the detolf. So that's one reason why I want to do that. And like I hate having shit on that I own that isn't out for people to see.
Right.
Like I've got 15 fucking Star Trek ships in there that are all in box because I have nowhere to put them. I used to have them out on a shelf, but then I ran out of room, and some of those Enterprises are really fucking long. Like, so I was like, where am I going to put them? And somebody said hang them from the ceiling. I'm like, those things are like half die cast. No, it's like, yeah, have just be sitting here on the desk one day and then have a thing drop and hit me around the temple with a fucking nacelle, and I'm just done.
Right.
It's like, how'd you die? Enterprise D to the forehead. And I specifically chose the D. Either way, so I want to figure out how to do those. Actually, I want to turn, you can see all the gargoyles figures up top there. So I actually want to turn the top of that into a castle display for them to hang out on.
That was one of my favorite cartoons growing up.
Yeah, those are fantastic fucking figures, and I have almost everything I want now from that.
What's up with the live action coming up?
Don't care.
Really?
Don't
'Cause
fucking
they're
care.
working on it, I think.
I don't care. I don't want it. I don't give a shit. I don't want any of it. It's like, I'm done. I'm done with them doing live action fucking remakes. It's like, no, it's not fucking. They're going to do a live action Thundercats. I was like, for what? Furries?
What, The Rock's in it?
They want fucking furries, is really what they want. It's
Pretty
like
much.
they're fucking cat people. No, I don't want that. Live action Ninja Turtles worked because they made that fucking work. Which, by the way, I have all my live action Ninja Turtles figures right there. Through all the
No,
movies.
you could have The Rock as Lion-O and
No.
what's his name? Kevin Hart as Snarf.
If they want to do anything, make it go full fucking CG with it.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, like, you don't need to make it live action. It's like, we got AI nonsense that can make fucking almost realistic looking shit
Yeah,
now.
for real. The tech they used to do Avatar and all that stuff. That'd be
Yeah.
great to use on
For a fucking Thundercats
Yeah.
movie. You don't need any real actors, but because these fucking dickheads they hire want $100 million to have their face on a fucking fictional character that doesn't look human. It's like, no, it's fucking stupid, and I hate it. Either way. Rant over, technically.
Tell us how you really
But-
feel.
Well, like, look at it this way. Okay, so like Power Rangers is one of my jams, clearly, as you can see there, as you sit next to 2 stories of fucking Power Rangers figures. But
But you hated the latest movie.
the 2017 movie, yes, was garbage. But what I hated more was their reattempt at the 30th anniversary special, which tried to tie a lot of nonsense in and do a lot of apologizing for the things that went wrong for them as teenagers. That was so badly done. But in one of the new comics I got out there, so there's the standard Power Rangers Boom comics, which are out right now. That's the main story they're telling, which has covered a lot of ground for like the last, 2018 is when it started. So it's been a while. But out there now is what they're calling The Return, which is in association with Boom Comics. But Amy Jo Johnson, who was, of course, the Pink Ranger, said, I wasn't keen on how they did our anniversary comeback. I'm going to make a comic how I think the Power Rangers should come back.
All right.
After 30 years. So it's a different story. It's one where some tragedy happened and the Power Rangers basically retired. We don't know what happened to Tommy. He's not being spoken of right now. Trini still dies, but of like cancer or something instead of a horrible car accident in the 90s. Zach actually came out as the Black Ranger publicly to kind of diffuse away from another situation. They're like, "Oh, by the way, hey, I'm the Black Ranger." And then he lies and said that it was a coalition of kids from all over the world to make sure that nobody realizes his best friends are the fucking other Power Rangers.
Right.
But he gets rich off of doing that celebrity nonsense. But then Kimberly wants nothing to do with it. For some reason, she's changed her name, moved to fucking Canada, and doesn't want anything to do with anything Power Rangers related. But Jason decided to go off the deep end, stay the Red Ranger and is like fighting fucking crime all over the world as like a wandering Power Ranger.
There you go.
So it's like, wow, okay, this is a much better story than the bullshit they gave us.
Well, that was his mentality anyway.
Not really. I mean, he was just a born leader, but we don't know what drove him to suddenly want to go be rogue. And he also worked with Billy to make sure that he could stay morphed forever. He never had to go back to being human.
Really?
Yes. And like he's modified his sword. It's like a broadsword now. He's wearing like fucking armor on top of his regular suit and like has a big fucking torn up cape. It's like, looks pretty badass. But
No capes.
no, capes are bad. I don't agree. Some Rangers can pull them off. I understand Edna Mode doesn't like capes, but they're not flying.
Her reasoning is sound.
But they aren't flying, and they're not generally near turbine engines.
True.
Generally.
Generally.
Plus, you would think that the cape could come off either way. So I was trying to catch up on comics this past week, and I didn't necessarily get there. I got the 2 Duke comics. So if you're unaware.
I'm unaware of most things.
Okay, I get that. So there have been Transformers comics for a very long time. It just keeps changing hands. IDW had it for a really long time, and they lost the license a few years ago. So Image, who does like Spawn and a few other things like that, created a new thing called like Skybound Comics, and they picked up not only Transformers, but also G.I. Joe. And there's another one in there. I can't remember. Basically, if Hasbro made a toy of it in the 80s, they put it all in one universe.
Okay.
So now G.I. Joe and Transformers once again exist in the same universe. And the Duke comics, so from the first one, he gets drummed out of the Marines, I believe, because they think he's nuts. Might have been Air Force. Either way, he's flying like an F-16. I forget what.
The Navy.
Who knows?
Navy Air.
Who knows
Air Force.
what he's on? Probably Air Force. And he gets shot down by Starscream, who took the image of one of their jets.
Yeah.
So they were real confused. Starscream shoots down him and his squadron, and then he sees him transform into a giant robot and go do something else. They won't believe him that he saw a giant robot kill them thing, and they think he did it. So they drum him out, but they can't prove he did anything. So he's going off on this fucking Cobra Commander. So they have the Duke comic book, the G.I. Joe comic book, and the Transformers comic book all happening at the same time and sort of crossing over. Mm-hmm. So in Cobra Commander, we find out that going all the way back to the G.I. Joe movie from the 80s, from 87, that Cobra Law, where the underground weird snake people, Cobra Commander, as a scientist, discovered the body of Megatron on Earth where he had crashed, damaged.
All right.
And they were basically advancing technology against the will of their government using, reverse engineering Megatron. Mm-hmm. But also being told by Megatron, like, he wouldn't talk to anyone but Cobra Commander.
Okay.
So then he makes the promise that I will go up to the surface, find this unlimited energy source that the robot told me about, and bring it back here so Cobra Law can be infinitely powerful. Basically, he told him about Energon. So Cobra Commander is now searching the swamps of Florida with the Dreadnoks from the comics. He actually ends up kicking the ass of the Dreadnoks and is looking for Energon in the swamps. So next comic, they teased, he's trying to get to a source of Energon at the bottom of the swamp underwater, and he has to go fight alligators that have been mutated by the Energon.
Nice.
And at the same time, Duke is trying to track down... Oop, I'm getting some buzzing. Do you hear that?
No, I do not.
So it's on my end. Okay, that stopped.
Anyway, mutant gators.
Yeah, so the mutant gators. But then Duke, like I said, I need to get caught up on his, because the problem is it's going kind of short run right now. So if you miss it, you kind of miss it. So I had to find the 2 issues that I missed out on. So I got to read those. I think on top of that, there hasn't really been much else other than random shit Jessica's been watching. Oh, here's a fun part. So Jessica's been very apolitical for the most part in our whole relationship. She sort of keeps up with some things, like major things like Roe v. Wade getting overturned.
But pretty much
like that.
ZFG on most stuff.
Yeah, pretty much. This weekend, actually, I think somewhere around Thursday or Friday, she discovered the Whatever podcast. and they've had a whole lot of basically like millennial and Gen Z women that come on that show. If you guys haven't heard of it, it's a podcast. This one dude hosts it, and he usually will have like anywhere from 4 to 8 girls come in and basically spout whatever bullshit they're on about, and then have somebody from the conservative end of things, and they debate. And this shit goes on for like 6 to 7 hours.
Oh, good gosh.
Yeah. So a lot of clips exist because they can pull clips. So she started seeing clips randomly, and she starts seeing people like Michael Knowles, Candace Owens. What did you knock over?
I don't know. I didn't touch anything.
What fell?
Don't know.
Something big. What the hell? Do you see anything?
No.
The fuck was that?
Got a poltergeist.
No, something definitely fell in here.
I'm not debating that. I just don't know what it might be.
Fuck. I don't see anything.
Are these cases in the same position?
Yeah.
Okay. I
Hold
couldn't
on,
tell
let me-
you.
Whatever it was hefty. They fucking shook the floor. Nothing out there should have fallen. I'm looking over there where the big robots are. Nothing knocked over there.
I won't move.
I don't think it was you, but I don't know what the fuck it was.
Gravity works.
I guess we'll find out when we go out in the hallway. It's like when the show's over, we'll go find out. Sorry, guys. Weird fucking whatever the hell that was. Because one thing I looked at was the fucking guns right there. Make sure they didn't fall. That was strange. Oh, we'll look out there. So I'm gonna like turn the corner and there'll just be shit falling over. It'll be like, ha ha, I lied. Okay, that's still fine over there. I don't know what the hell that was. It was beefy. I don't know what would have fallen. I mean, yeah, I could see over there. The statues wouldn't have fallen. Some of the figures might. But whatever that was hefty. Because I felt it in the floor. It's okay. It was probably out there is really what it was. I don't know what the fuck it would have been. Sorry, guys. Derailed there for a second. Okay, you saw it that time.
I did.
Yeah. So power's fluctuating for some reason. I'm not crazy. It actually did flash.
That's debatable, my friend.
No, it's not. I've not been diagnosed. Either way. Wait, nothing behind me fell over, right? It's like I'm looking that way. I didn't consider anything behind me might have fallen. Weird. There's probably something out there on the table.
Uh-oh.
What?
Just uh-oh.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Figure it out, bud. Either way.
Driving on.
Fuck, I even forgot what I was saying. That's like so shocking. I forgot. Either way.
6 hours
whatever
of
podcast.
crazy ladies running their mouths.
So Jessica starts seeing all these conservative commentators debating Gen Zers, and she starts asking questions.
Yeah.
Like asking me questions about stuff. And she's like, hey, wait a minute. Do we still have the Daily Wire subscription? I'm like, yeah. And she's like, I want to go watch Candace Owens. I'm like, okay. I was like, so what I jokingly said.
Whatever it takes to get some knowledge out there, you know?
She has legitimately like speed ran the last like 5 years of political stuff in one weekend. I was like, I have no idea. So
it took reading a book by Ted Nugent, of all people, called Ted, White, and Blue.
Sure.
And I think I read that in 2010. Yeah, 2010. And that's what got me into politics. At least knowing more than I did and actually keeping up with it.
Yeah, for me, it was like checking out like Ben Shapiro. Then I started watching Timcast, watching a few of these other things, watching Louder with Crowder. Mm-hmm. That got me up to date on a lot of modern political problems.
Right.
Yes, I said political on purpose. But also with the State of the Union that went off last week.
Yeah, I didn't watch that.
What a fucking joke. What a fucking joke. But also the joke was when I made that post on Facebook about how I'm now going to vote for Joe Biden and I believe in everything he's got laid out for the future. Some people didn't get the joke.
No one got the joke. Good
no one got the joke. And I'm like, okay. It's like, because, I mean, I do have a lot of conservative friends, but I also have many lefty acquaintances. Some people that won't. There's also people who think like I'm like really right wing. And I'm like, I'm actually really more moderate. It's like, there's a lot of things I believe this way on. It's like, if anything, I'm right wing or I'm conservative moderate.
I'm more leaning libertarian.
And that makes sense. And like I do have some libertarian values in there, but I definitely would be small L.
You know, small government, lower taxes.
Yeah, but then there's like the crazy libertarian shit, and I'm just like, no, it's a little too far.
Yeah.
Where like they basically want anarchy, in a way. Like, okay, we need a tiny bit of government, a tiny bit, because we got to keep the sewer working. Because most people wouldn't choose to just go be a sewer worker, you know. And, you know, it's like kind of those things. And, you know, the defense of everything is like there's no such thing as the libertarian utopia that they want.
No, that's a fantasy.
It's a fantasy, just like the communist utopia is a fantasy.
Looks good on paper.
Always. And on paper, communism has always worked.
Yeah.
But you know what? They still haven't tried it right. So we got to give it another go right now.
You know, it's that whole top 10% that don't do what everyone else does in communism. You know?
I mean, yeah, that is always a problem. So I just thought it was funny that Jessica, and the funny thing is, I said is like, because I've wanted to have a podcast with Jessica about whatever like that, no pun intended. And she literally said, "Well, let's go, just go hit the button."
Hell yeah, cool.
And I'm like, she just wanted to volunteer to do a podcast to talk about this shit, because like we have good conversations, but I also don't want us to only ever have a good conversation on camera because then we stop talking in person.
Right.
Because I know a lot of podcasts where they do this weekly and they basically don't talk outside of this because they talk so much within this.
Right.
They, you know, they might hang out and stuff, but they don't sit and just have normal conversations. So I don't want to do that with my wife of all people.
With us, I get it. We go to trivia on Thursdays. We goof off, and that kind of keeps us busy instead of talking about stuff.
Dude, trivia was hard this week.
Dude, we aced like 2 sections.
Yeah, the last 2 sections we basically aced. And actually, before we left, I talked to the guy doing the scorekeeping, is Marcus, and I was like, dude, I was happy how many I got out of that last round. And he's like, yeah. I was like, yeah, you guys got a lot of those. A lot of people failed hard.
Yep.
And I'm like, yeah, a lot of that was my random bullshit knowledge.
That was the random knowledge, and the one before it was the
Video.
The video.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was fun. Trivia's been
And I had to argue on 2 of them.
You did. Well, because I didn't know. I wasn't arguing. It was like, are you sure? I was like, and you're like,
100%.
And you're like, I've seen this movie a million times. Like, okay, now I believe you. It's like, because I have nothing to go off of. I just have to make
That was
sure.
Roadhouse.
Yeah. I've still never seen Roadhouse, and I've still never seen Red Dawn.
See, that's as bad as me watching Pulp Fiction finally for 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. And then somehow we missed the Pulp Fiction question.
Shut up.
But no, there was no way to know what that
Dude,
word
that
was.
was so damn hard.
Yeah. Either way.
Lurid.
Yeah. Lurid fabrications.
Yeah, it was
Pulp Fiction. Yeah, because nobody really knew what the word lurid meant. Except for apparently one table who seemed to have all the infinite knowledge of the
dude, the
universe.
friggin' the boomers.
Yeah, they were kicking ass either way. All right, so I think
They
that's
always kick ass though, don't they?
yeah, but it's usually between like 3 groups that are at the top.
Yeah.
And then most of them said like the top 3 groups were disqualified one way or another, so we ended up from 6th place, which I'm proud of us. We stayed at 6th place the whole night. Other people moved around. We stayed in the same place all night.
And my dog River, she just wouldn't sit still.
Oh my god,
she was bouncing.
When
all
she
over
jumped
the
on that
place.
dude's back and like was like licking his ear. I'm like, hi. You know?
No, she went and made friends everywhere.
Yeah, good. She can be everyone else's
That
problem.
one lady just dragging her all over the place.
Oh my god, yeah, she was just all about it.
No, she's a nice lady.
She is.
I
yeah,
can't remember her name.
No, it's fine. That lady is fine.
I'd offer descriptors, but they're inappropriate.
Yes.
Yeah.
So either way, that's it for me. But you said you definitely at least managed some of your homework from this week. So we're
Well,
good.
with my week, I've been fairly busy. Yesterday I finished up Dad's bike. All it's like is a battery.
Okay.
It's off the lift now.
What kind of bike?
2005 2000 cc Vulcan, big cruiser.
Yeah, that's a big.
I mean,
bastard.
it's 0 to 60 is not great, but it's 55 to 120 is insane. I mean, you're cruising at 55, you tap down 2 gears and bang up through them again, and you're flying. You're at 120 mile an hour.
Jesus.
But I did that. I worked on the front porch, fixed some stuff. There's some boards that were rotting off, needed to be replaced, and just general work in the shop. I need to have a cleanup day because my shop's a complete disaster right now. But as far as homework, I finally caught up on The Boys. I finished season 3.
You know, I just had a thought. It might have been your chair falling. Did you put it back out there?
Yes.
Yeah, that might have been what fell over.
Okay.
Because now that I think about the sound, it's like that sounded like a folding chair. Okay, so
Now you're less worried.
and also apparently my hat hangers have arrived, so that's good. All right, so the boys. Now that you're caught up,
The boys.
tell us about your boys' experience.
Those have always been rough for me to get through, just because all the blackmail and all the bullshit and what's the word I'm looking for?
Intrigue.
Not the political intrigue, the coercion that goes on through the entire movie.
There's a lot of it.
I mean, it's hard to get through, so I had to watch it in stages. But you asked me what I thought of Soldier Boy. Absolutely loved him. I didn't recognize it was Jensen Ackles when they first busted him out of that holding cell.
Yeah, because he had the long hair and the long beard.
Yeah, but man, he was a good character.
So hold on, just something that Jensen posted right after he joined the cast. It was, I guess technically it was after they filmed that season. They told him, "Hey, make sure you work out really good, get buffed up for the part." And he's like, "Okay, no problem. I was in shape for Supernatural. I'll just buff up a little bit." So he worked out super hard to get. So when you see him jacked like that,
he was jacked.
That's all real. But funny part is, he gets to actually being on set, and Anthony Starr, the guy who plays Homelander, who's the one who told him to make sure to get jacked up. He's like, "Hey, they could just put muscles in the suit, man. You didn't actually have to do all that." And he's like, "You son of a bitch." It's like,
Hey, he looked good though.
oh, he looked really good.
He was
I
ripped.
mean, like almost too jacked, honestly. Who is sending me messages?
Now that I know that's
Jamie.
even more impressive that he actually got to
Yeah,
that.
he
that
did all that
condition.
for no reason. Because it's like, I'm sure that when like I already spoiled for you in Gen Z, he comes back for a cameo.
Okay.
Yeah. And he said that he would come.
Gen Z's the one with the college, right?
Gen V, sorry, yeah.
Gen V. Okay, I've watched one episode.
Okay,
of that.
yeah. So good thing you finished. Good thing you stopped that, because spoilers for season 3 of The Boys, because that takes place after the fact.
Okay.
So now that you've finished season 3, all right. So we went over it while it was on. So this is a bit of a recap for me.
Yeah, I am so far behind everything.
Yes, and so we'll get you caught up on certain shows. It's like, if nothing else, we'll get you on par with outcoming stuff that's relevant. Now that you're at least there, because
Or you
like,
can just skip ahead.
because season 4 is coming this year. Gen V just finished up at the end of last year, so then you'll be up to current, and you know what the hell's going on. So either way, so thoughts on the characters.
The Huey character development through the seasons was really, really good.
Yeah,
I mean, he seemed like he finally found his footing in the past four or five episodes of season 3.
yeah,
And I don't know. He at the very end, the big fight between Homelander and Soldier Boy.
Yeah.
he actually saved the damn day without resorting to shooting up.
yeah.
I mean, he all he had to do was jack the power of the lights and everything, and that was the key for turning the tables.
Yeah, giving Starlight more power and everything and stuff like that. Starlight's kind of turn away from the 7 and then joining the boys. Mm-hmm. Like, that was in season 2, but really went far in season 3, especially once Homelander found out, and then she decided to blackmail him.
Pretty much, she recorded him.
Yeah, recorded him, and he's like, "Oh, that's so cute. We're running lines."
Right.
He's like so corporate at this point. Like, he knows everything to say.
Well, at that point, that's all he has. He
Yeah.
has absolutely nothing left.
Well, he literally has nothing. He is a product.
He's destroyed everything
well,
that he might have had.
but even beyond that, he's not a full person. He never was.
Yeah.
He's always been a product. Ever since they knew that he had all the powers that they wanted him to have, they basically just trained him to be the perfect superhero. He doesn't have a name.
And Lord, the heartbreak he felt when he was rejected by Soldier Boy.
Yes, his son.
Yeah.
Technically his son.
Technically his son, and he said, "I can't believe you turned out to be such a pussy."
Yeah. Like, Soldier Boy, he's fantastic, but also the fact that they quote unquote killed Maeve was
Right.
interesting, because if I recall correctly, in the comics she does get killed by Homelander. I think he does kill her in the comics. So for her to die the way she did was interesting. Of course, after losing a fucking eye, so that kind of sucks. So now she's She's
That was a rough scene.
that was a rough scene. I mean, like,
Well, but we were used to it because we saw Gregor Clegane do it to the
yeah,
fellow.
well, he crushed his whole fucking skull, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's just it's funny that you'd think that a show like that, and most shows actually suffer from the sophomore dip when they come back for the second season. Usually,
That third season hit hard.
but even the second season didn't dip. It's
No.
like they've only ever been on an incline. It's not a skyrocketing incline.
It got away from the action being, them often the bad soups.
Yeah.
Which was just one after another. Gory kills. And
Yeah.
That made it fun, but they got away from that. They they actually had an objective after that.
Yeah. Well, on top of that, Stormfront's storyline.
That was rough.
That's fucking rough, dude. And
Right.
then, like, in this one, in season 3, you find out Homelander's basically been sort of keeping her alive, and still, when he was basically trying to fucking use her one good hand to jerk off with,
Yep.
it was just fucked up. Like, because she was so damaged that she couldn't heal from it. Like, she had a healing factor, but being that fucked up, and
But
then she wanted to die.
There's only so much energy a body can
Yeah.
have.
Yeah. And basically she was just nuked, and without getting more whatever it's called, the V, as it were.
The
Yeah.
blue stuff.
Yeah, the blue stuff would either kill her or boost her powers, either way. Basically like what A-Train was going through, like his whole thing.
Well, he was on the green stuff.
No, he was on the blue stuff.
He was?
Yeah, A-Train.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, because they came up with the other stuff later that the
temporary
the
V.
boys end up using that gives them temporary powers, although it gives you cancer.
Also, yeah, liquefies your brain.
Yeah,
Gives you
so-
lesions.
So that's one. I think Butcher even basically made Huey stop taking it once he found out.
Well, he physically made him.
Yeah,
He saved him. A quote from the shows: "He saved me in the worst way possible."
yeah, because
'Cause he knocked him out, locked him in the bathroom, took off.
because Huey wanted the power because he was jealous of.
That was such the right power for Huey to have. A good power, but with a shit side effect.
I forgot he could teleport.
He could teleport, but his clothes stayed behind.
Yeah, he had no clothes.
And
yeah.
every time he showed up, he'd be just
He's just
flapping in
naked.
the breeze.
Just fucking naked. Yep. But I think also one thing that's great about the show is the casting is fucking fantastic.
That dude, he said, "Did you just teleport me? Where are my damn clothes?"
Yeah, because he was naked too. Oh yeah, because he teleported Soldier Boy out and he was naked too.
No, he teleported the old man. The guy with the mind powers.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about him. The one that was in a cabin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
that's
ones
right.
Soldier Boy was trying to kill.
Yes, that's right. Okay. It's been a minute.
And he wound up dying anyway.
Yeah, died anyway.
Shield to the face.
Yep.
Over and over and over.
Yep. And it's just one thing I find funny is that Soldier Boy is basically just Dean completely unleashed.
That's Dean.
It's
Dean plus.
It's almost like Deanman. You know?
Deanman?
Yeah. Or whatever they technically call them. I forgot. Demon Dean.
But all he did was get stoned, try to get laid, and eat.
But I also love
And
the
drink,
fact
and
like,
drink and drink.
Like I know, like I've seen lots of interviews with Jensen and stuff like that where he tries to keep it clean, but of course he'll cuss. But for Soldier Boy to fucking run his mouth,
He
is
could
absurd.
finally let go.
It's so ridiculous. But also, like when he grew his hair out for that role, like he kind of liked it. Like he keeps his hair a little long.
Yeah.
And actually, Jensen Ackles is going to come up again on our later topic, in just tangentially, because he was also in the movie we're going to be talking about here in a little bit.
Right.
And so, other than the boys, you said you started watching Peacemaker or no?
Watched one episode.
Okay, so you got at least in through the intro episode.
Yeah.
Okay, so just off of that.
I really enjoy the show so far.
Okay.
The supporting cast, the people on the his crew,
The Argus team.
the Argus team, that big girl, she's so damn funny.
So fucking funny.
Very, very funny.
Yeah. Like I forgot. It's been so long. I know the lady. I know the actress because she was in a lot of shows.
I
Like
don't do actors.
Orange,
I don't know
Orange
actors
is
and
the New
actresses.
Black. She's been on a lot of shows, and movies for that matter. But she's so fucking good in that role, and like all the characters in that show that you're supposed to care about get better and better.
Good.
Like you still got a lot of people to be introduced to. Oh, and speaking of Peacemaker, hold on, I gotta find this post because it was fucking funny. So remember we were asking about where Peacemaker and all that stuff will fall in the new DCEU, basically, like what's going to be canon, what's not. So James Gunn is
according to you last week, if it's in the movie, it becomes canon.
Well, the problem with canon now is that when you've reassigned canon, when it comes to Dune, whatever is in the official movie is canon to that movie. Like, book is canon to book, movies are canon to movies, series are canon to series. So James Gunn basically said that if you watched the first season of Peacemaker, episodes 1 through 4, and after this particular chunk of time of episode 7 will be canon going on. All the rest of the series will not be canon.
That's weird.
So basically, I think the beginning, there's like a small arc at the beginning of Peacemaker before you get into like the major stuff. And I think that basically, because I don't want to spoil the rest for you, that's why I'm not telling you. But whatever the major plot is that you will watch, I think that's the part they're removing from canon.
Okay, so that's just plot for the show.
Yes. So the overarching plot that the show set up, I believe.
So they're keeping his release as a release from prison.
Yes.
And him, basically his re-beginning.
Yes.
As canon.
Yeah. And I think technically speaking, because James Gunn made that other Suicide Squad movie that he came from, I think that will be canon to the DCEU.
Yeah. I watched that one again not long ago.
So the only thing is they're losing some of the actors.
Hopefully they got to keep his dad.
But I think they're keeping a lot of them, but not all of them. Because now parts are changing up. Actually, some actors are playing completely different parts in this new universe.
Right.
Like Jason Momoa is rumored to be playing Lobo in the future instead of...
Like X-Men Lobo?
No. Lobo from DCEU.
Okay.
From the DC universe. He's the main man, the fucking space biker dude.
Okay.
Yeah. Which he's always literally been that character,
right.
But he's had to throw on the Aquaman costume. I was like somebody did a digibash of him as Lobo, and he's like, oh, he just looked like gray skinned, red eyed Jason Momoa. He doesn't look any different. He's like, oh, that's just what he's wearing. It's like his clothes. He dresses as Lobo. It's like he rides motorcycles.
Right.
The motherfucker is Lobo. So why the fuck did we waste time with him as Aquaman?
He does have a very eclectic sense of style.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look who he's married to. Lisa Bonet. From
And?
The Wonder Years.
Okay.
Not The Wonder Years. The Cosby Show spinoff. The one that went off to college.
You got me.
The oldest daughter went off to... Okay.
Nope.
Either way. He's married to her.
Yeah, I'm like a black hole when it comes to some of that. I got nothing.
You might want to rephrase that because they're all black people. No, just kidding. Just fucking with you. Either way. Either way. So, Peacemaker in the future will have a lot of the same cast, but only certain parts of what happened in that initial season will be canon going forward. So that means they'll keep characters, they'll keep certain events, they'll keep Argus the way it was and stuff like that. And in theory, they're going to keep the same crew that he had. At least, I don't think any of them died. I think they all lived. So
we'll see. I'll check it out.
Yeah, as you get through the series. But like I said, it's like, yeah, finish The Boys, then watch Peacemaker, and then watch Gen V. Because that way you'll take a break from one universe to go back to the other.
Right.
And Gen V is pretty short.
I'm having to
It's
do
like
that from time to time anyway. Like,
Yeah.
I'll watch one episode of the Boys, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I need a break. I need something stupid.
Yeah. And then you can start on Avatar: The Last Airbender after that.
Dude, I'll be years.
Yeah. I mean, at least...
I mean, hell, I might as well start watching Supernatural again.
No, don't do that. Well, Supernatural's 15 fucking seasons.
But I wanna.
I know. But like
I left
a full.
off when we got introduced to Benny and the Leviathans.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, that's where I left off.
God damn. Just don't bother at this point.
But I'm gonna.
I mean, I could just tell you what happens after that
No.
point.
Don't.
Can I tell you which season to skip?
No.
Because there are seasons
I'm
can
gonna
skip.
I'm gonna suffer through them.
No, there's some that are just unforgivable. Like there's a couple that are just so bad they're not worth watching.
Really?
Yeah, there's some stuff that happens.
What, that arc with the Asian kid hiding in the boat with his mom? His tiger mom?
No, she's fine. That's part of the Angel and Demon Wars coming up to the end of the universe, so that's fine. Yeah, no, Kevin Tran, I like his character. But like there's some shit. There's like the season of the British Men of Letters. You won't remember this later when you get to it, so it's fine. That season is kind of shit.
I do, actually. It was where they had the bunker.
Okay, so they have them in a. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, because you got to Leviathan, so
Yeah.
they've at least been to the bunker.
Yeah,
Because the bunker happened during the Angels.
What's her name? Charlie? She comes back.
Yeah, at some point, yes.
She's actually one of my favorite characters.
Oh, yeah, Felicia Day's character, Charlie, is fantastic.
Reminds me a lot of the Claudia Donovan character from the Warehouse 13.
Yes. Yeah, a lot of people didn't watch Warehouse.
That was a great series.
It was a great show, but it got really weird.
Saul
by the end.
Rubinek was fantastic in that.
I got kind of tired by the end of it, though.
The 5th season was rough.
It was really rough.
tough
and
to
they,
get through.
And they knew it was kind of coming to an end, so they didn't try
But like the
hard.
first 3, fantastic.
Oh, yeah. I love that. But like when they had, I don't remember any of the characters' names anymore, the female FBI agent, what was her name?
Todd, not Todd. That's NCIS.
Yeah. But you know who I'm talking
Yeah.
about? Like that the season where they like gave her cancer and then all this other shit, and I'm like, and then they just wouldn't let her and the dude hook up even though they were supposed to.
Right.
It was like the whole point of pairing them up was so that they would get together and pass on
Mm-hmm.
the thing, and then there's like, no, we're just not going to be together. It's like
Right.
you're literally going against your own fucking narrative. It's stupid. I don't like it. But Claudia as a character,
I actually had a
was
cat named after her.
Who, Claudia?
Yeah.
Oh,
It was
yeah,
the CLAW.
Yeah,
Claudia.
yeah. I liked her character, but of course they did weird shit with her by the end. But also she became the new Mrs. Whatever
Yeah.
to take care
Crazy
of the,
beehive lady.
Yeah,
Scary beehive lady.
yeah. Their version of Amanda Waller
Yeah.
is really what it is.
For real.
She is the Amanda Waller of that. It's fucking crazy. Not just the
Touch more humanized though.
very, even though she's like 1,000 years old,
Yeah.
or however fucking old she technically was. Warehouse 13 is definitely overrated. But what was it? Whenever they
No, it's underrated in my opinion.
That's what I meant to say. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. I was thinking that people skip it. That's why I was thinking underrated. When they incorporated Warehouse 2, was it the one from
tomb.
ancient Egypt?
Yeah.
yeah. When they incorporated it into Warehouse 13, and it was causing all kinds of fucking problems because now they had to keep so much more shit in there. And I was like, that was
I always like the what was the vault? The Escher vault.
oh yeah,
That
where
was
nothing
great.
made sense. It was like fuck. Yeah, the MC Escher vault, that was great. But then the Dark Vault and everything else like that, where they kept all the evil shit. But it had like a Men in Black feeling to
Yeah.
it too, which was great because you got like the old agent that came in to help, but then of course he's technically the worst bad guy of all time from the past, whatever.
The one they pulled out of the Escher vault.
Yeah, he was in the Escher vault. That's right. And yeah, I mean, like, shit, I might revisit that show. I don't even know
It's a
where.
good show.
Where is it at this point? Who the fuck knows? Use your celly phony.
I've got season 5 on.
I mean, I have my
think I
Google
bought season 5 on digital just because I
my
couldn't
Google
find it
device right
anywhere.
here. It's
That's
on
my
Tubi.
phone.
It's on Tubi with subscription, premium subscription on Hulu, rent on YouTube.
Yeah, so
I think because it was sci-fi, so it's probably wherever.
Fubo TV, I'm seeing it. That's a subscription.
Here, let's see.
Anyway,
Apple TV thing, you can rent it basically. I don't know what the fuck Fubo technically is, but yeah. So yeah, I think the problem was a lot of those sci-fi shows disappeared into the ether. Yeah. All right. So what else you got going on?
nothing, man. Just working the shop, stay
Yeah.
busy.
Oh, one thing I did want to bring up to you. So this is not a confrontational thing, but it's something I brought up at men's group last week. So we try to do a men's breakfast once a month, and like we were doing it at the corner pub, and San was doing the cooking. But there's been too much other shit going on, so the last 2 months it's not happened. So we actually did a men's dinner at Burger Fresh, basically substituting it, and only got a couple people out there. But what I was thinking is because perhaps on a it's usually on a Saturday, if we set aside one, basically have everybody out to the farm
That'd be great.
and have like just a men's.
Give us enough heads up. We'll
Yeah. Oh, well, I'd set it up with you through the church.
yeah.
And basically do like a men's day. Speaking of which, I'd be remiss if I didn't bring this up. So James, who was on this podcast not 3 weeks ago, they went on vacation in St. Louis. Out of nowhere, Saturday, he became gravely ill.
No.
Yeah, like verge of death. Out of nowhere, they don't know what the fuck. Like from what they've been saying, like
what kind of symptoms? What's going on?
just from what they've said, like basically, like they can't keep his blood pressure or blood counts right.
Oh,
matter
no.
what.
Like an autoimmune deficiency or something like that?
They basically they've been trying to keep him out of the ICU, or they were trying to keep him out of an ICU. They got him into a real room. But he was in the ER basically like from the middle of Saturday, and he's still there. So they're stranded in St. Louis, him and his wife.
Sucks.
And their kids are here.
Wow.
So he's got 5 fucking kids at the house.
Who's looking after him?
Well, they're all old enough.
Okay.
So like their youngest I think is 13. So I mean, and the oldest is like 20. So I mean, we're good there. Yeah. But some of the men from the church have got together to at least take care of food.
Yeah, that's
for
good.
them, and just check in on them because they're self-sufficient, but they're also, kids. So they'll probably go to Taco Bell every fucking day if they don't get real food. But also the fact that their parents are stranded in fucking St. Louis and one is on the verge of death.
Yeah, that can't be good.
No, and like, I don't know if it has anything to do with the crazy migraines that he says he's had, like maybe once a year. Because the last time he was supposed to come record, he couldn't because he had this crazy migraine for like 3 or 4 days. So like, and it's like debilitating. Like, some people say, I've got a migraine, and they just have a fucking sinus headache.
Right.
No, he's got like I can't even stand up fucking migraine.
I can't even begin to imagine that.
Yeah.
I've never had it. I don't get sick anymore.
Yeah.
I suffer from allergies, but I work around that. I think I spent 8 years of my life thumping heads at our county jail. And I think that environment boosted my immune system. I mean,
you definitely.
Because I can't remember the last time I was sick.
So I've been decently sick not too long ago.
Because I miss it. I never get to watch my sick day movie anymore.
Dude, you can watch anything you want at any given point.
No, when I'm sick, my go-to is Lonesome Dove.
Okay.
That's 6 hours of staring at a screen and not moving.
Okay. I mean, that's fair. I mean, like, I would probably, like, when I was sick, I forgot what I was watching. I mean, I only stayed home for
when
like
we were
2
kids,
days.
it was Price is Right,
Oh, well, yeah. Nobody's watching Modern Price is Right because Drew Carey looks like a fucking zombie up there. Yeah, I'll get some meat. So, guys, like I said, he brought some summer sausage and some crackers in here, so I'm going to crunch away.
Mm-hmm.
Jamie's in the hospital since last week, and then this weekend, James goes in the hospital. Just like, okay, God, like, I need you to stop taking down the men around me.
Unless I have a shop accident, I'm not going to the hospital.
Knock on the fucking
what?
Knock on the fucking wood, motherfucker. You don't take chances in this house. Yeah, we don't take chances around here, dude. We don't fuck around.
Well, trust me, after a shop accident I had a long time ago, I take shop safety ridiculously seriously now.
Yeah.
I was, God, when was it? Way before we moved. I was working on an antique cleaver, circa 1939.
Okay.
And I was just reconditioning, refurbishing it. For some reason, my dumb ass thought it'd be a good idea to sharpen it first and then polish it. Dumbass.
Yeah. Polish, you sharpen
That
last.
was at a surgical level of sharpness.
Yep.
Such a thin blade done with the way I sharpen.
Well done.
Well, I was polishing and it caught the wheel.
Uh-huh. And that means
flipped it right into my face. You see the scar here?
Oh, yeah. I was wondering what that
and
was
the
from.
melon ball. And the melon ball.
Yeah.
It flipped up, bounced off of here, spun, and cored the tip and the side of my nose. So we went to the hospital. While I'm sitting there,
I would hope so.
getting stitches, and they just left that alone. They trimmed it.
Yeah.
I'm sitting while she's working on my face. I'm on my phone, and she says, "What are you doing?" I said, "Ordering safety gear." She just pats me on the head.
Wait, how long ago was this?
8 years,
Oh, okay.
something like that.
I like that, ordering safety gear.
Yeah, I was ordering literally on Amazon, ordering safety gear, and she went, "Good boy."
So, I mean, I've had some decent shop accidents. Not anything where I nearly lost a finger or had a sharp piece of metal come flying in my face.
Yeah.
However, I was trying to do one of those. Basically, you chop down large branches or logs, and then you resin them into a countertop.
Yeah.
You know, where you got the
end grains.
yes.
Okay, yeah, those look nice.
Yeah, and you leave the bark on it. And
Problem
stuff.
now, resin's stupid expensive. $70 a gallon now.
Damn. Okay. Didn't know that. All right. So, I mentioned I had the planer and everything, right? So I'm feeding the logs through one at a time to make sure they're even cut, because obviously I'm cutting them on a chop saw. They're not straight, so I'm just making sure they're straight. The thing is that on a planer, the thing that you're pushing into the planer needs to be able to get between both blades.
Wait, were you running end grain through the planer?
So I'm
That's
running.
a bad idea.
So-
That can break off and chip and send shit flying.
Oh, it sent shit flying.
Yeah.
It sent it at 100 miles an hour back at my crotch.
I mean, oh.
Yeah. So the thing is, one wheel is spinning one way and it's feeding through. So, well, I'm sorry. It's feeding this way.
It's got like a chain feed mechanism underneath it.
No.
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 Oh, it's not
it's slick and the blades pull it through.
Oh.
So you have to get from one blade to the next by pushing, and then it'll auto feed once it gets the second blade. The one that I pushed through was a hair too short to hit the next blade, went through, got clipped by the next blade, and it shot back at me literally as a hockey puck.
Yeah.
And it hit me right above my dick.
See, now, stuff like that, now I'm looking to build a flattening jig.
Yeah.
Where you take the rails on one axis and
Yeah.
the rails on the other, and you run a flattening bit in a router.
In a
upside
router,
down.
yeah, for sure. But I mean, routers are dangerous in their own right, but not as dangerous
But
as
that flattening jig will allow you to do the big slabs. It'll allow you to do the big resin pours and
Yeah.
get them.
If you don't have a giant frickin'
which I don't.
table-sized planer, which I would love to have
But
personally.
my mother jumped me the other day. She made me order a respirator.
I've got one out there.
I sent her that picture.
Yeah.
That was me getting in the shop all day. Remember about a month, 5 weeks ago, we had that massive rainstorm on a Monday?
Yes.
And,
I slept through that.
well, I
Mostly.
woke up, Crocs and basketball shorts, threw on my shop apron, and just went to work on my lathe.
Yeah.
Earbuds in, audiobook rolling. I missed the entire storm. That went from like 5-6 hours and nothing but hard rain, tornadoes, everything else. My dad calls me right as I'm wrapping up. He says, "Hey, did y'all get any tornadoes out there?" I said, "What are you talking about?" He said,
That's when you walk outside and go, oh, yeah, shit, we did.
He said, "It's been raining nonstop." I said, "Really? I've been to the shop. I heard nothing."
Wow.
That
and
was
then
that
that's
day.
when you look covered in, for anybody who can't see, he's
But,
covered in fucking dust.
But I hadn't looked at myself all day. My hair
Yeah.
was crazy.
Yeah.
And I turned the phone on, and that's the first thing I saw. And
Yeah.
I scared myself.
Well, I got a respirator out there, not a heavy duty one, but with the dual filters, because I was fucking painting. And, I'm going out here on the balcony and spray painting kits. And I was also sanding things, and I was also I'm taking a fucking Dremel tool, sanding shit.
Yep.
Taking a sanding bar. So I'm just getting plastic dust and fucking paint and everything else like that. And it was after I started blowing out fucking multicolored boogers for like 2 days straight. I'm like, I'm gonna get a problem.
That was that day. I was sneezing toothpicks, basically.
Yeah. I've been there, done that. And because I'm allergic to certain types of wood, I got to be careful when I do that shit. So if we ever go out there working a shop, I can't get a hold of cedar.
See, the heart, well, we have a lot of cedar.
Yeah.
We don't use it. We use it for trim pieces and stuff. You saw
Yeah.
in the kitchen and all that.
Yeah.
Our corner mold pieces, those are cedar pulled off the property.
Yeah, so I didn't touch anything.
Oh, fine now. The oil's gone.
I know, I'm joking.
Dummy.
Well, like, the funny thing is, like, I've even taken really old fence boards and run them through and built shit out of it. And, like, got covered in cedar dust, and I was like, oh, this
broke
is going to
out?
suck. I mean, I went and hosed myself off and washed my arms off, but there was still fucking breakout.
What I want is a
got that from my mom.
eye protection and a respirator combined into one unit, and
Yeah.
that's hard to find.
Yeah, basically, you need a fucking biohazard headset, really.
Oh, like used in the Army.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, realistically, like, you can get those full-on face shields that, like, Adam Savage has the one that clips to your nose.
I've got some of those.
Yeah. And then basically
They're
just-
real nice.
If you have, like, a tube respirator that comes out the back. But also, if you're doing any welding, you need to have a proper respirator so you don't die of fucking nickel poisoning.
Well, we're in the middle of, especially if you're welding galvanized or any of that.
Yeah.
But we're in the middle of setting up a welding rig right now. I actually dedicated a
Yeah.
generator with a TIG, MIG, and stick digital welder.
Yeah.
We're going to probably mount it on an 8-foot trailer and
Yeah,
keep
you're
all the
telling me.
toolboxes and all that. It's going to be nice.
See, the thing is, you're going to build the trailer around the welding rig with the welding rig.
Oh, I'm gonna be building enclosed boxes where the front
Yeah.
front face hinges up.
Yeah.
The back bottom hinges back, so you can just take the whole thing off.
I got you.
Snap it down, keep it out of the weather, keep it weatherproofed and secured. So that's one of the things that eats up those generators and the welders so bad is being exposed to the elements. Tappity tappity tap.
Yeah, being exposed to the elements, but also, like, especially anything that's going to have a motor spinning in it for whatever reason, or generator spinning within it, keep it away from sawdust.
But I want
Good
them
plan.
to, I want them to hinge back so much so I can access all the panels and I can access work on the engine, do maintenance.
Basically, have
on
a
it.
big ass fucking cover that comes up and over.
Yeah.
And then everything else can come out of it. Yeah, I mean, that's fine.
It'll be nice.
Makes sense. Let me do a time check here. Nope, that's the wrong thing. That's the thing. Okay, we're only an hour and 40. We're doing pretty good. Doing pretty fucking good, Jeffy.
Yep.
Jefe. We don't have to do damn near 3 hours every week.
No, we don't have to.
No, it's fun when we do, but we don't have to. Eventually, when we get enough views, I can actually see the retention and where people drop out on the analytics.
And like you keep saying, once we get a third or fourth, it helps keep things moving.
Yeah, third at least, because 4, it gets a little unruly. It does. I mean, like,
Becomes a mob.
We've done it with 10. It was horrible.
Oh, come on. That had to be fun.
You know, it was chaos. It was fucking... Quit that. It's got to be the AC kicking.
Yeah.
It's got to be. But why it's affecting the light, I don't know. That's weird. I mean, honestly, we don't really... Let's see. Hold on. What does it look like without the light? Oh, got to point it up there. Come on, fucker. There it goes. Not really that big of a difference.
No.
I mean, I can't see your camera. Is it?
No, I'm just fine.
Okay, I'll leave it off then. Fuck it. Just
That
wasting.
was really distracting you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a waste of power, but when it starts flashing, it's like, okay, that's not good.
No.
Yeah. Especially if it's an LED that's flashing. That's not good. Oh, that's the other thing I got out there was some LED lighting that I'm going to put when we redo this.
Very good.
I'm going to basically run it around the whole external on the back side so you don't see it.
Well,
and then when I turn it on, it'll all be lit up behind me.
Well, when you're ready, let me know. We'll spend a Saturday.
Yeah. Well, either a Saturday or any given afternoon.
We'll get Amy or we'll try to get my wife to do dinner, and you can come out in the afternoon and we'll work at the shop, get that knocked out.
Well, like I said, we can do everything here. The only thing that might be good is to have because you got one of the things that you can use a.
Dude, I have a.
I know, but I'm saying like the Craig.
I have a Craig jig a rip jig.
Yeah, so just having the rip jig for a 4x8.
I've got a big Hercules circular saw.
Yeah, I mean, we don't even need that. It's foam. We can just use a knife.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, literally, the Craig jig will be useful just to be able to do a long straight cut because we're going to do 4x8.
Right.
But cut down to about 7. If I recall correctly, it's 7 by 7.5 to cover the window totally. So it's not quite square, which is annoying. But I also want it to...
Why do you need that? I got chalk line I could bring. You can just foam knife it.
Well, I was going to foam knife it anyways, but I'm saying that way you keep a straight edge no matter what.
Well, see, you're thinking of something different. You're talking about a rail cut that you actually slide the whole thing on. This Craig jig, it's for doing rips on plywood.
Yeah, you put it at the top. It's got the bar that the thing slides down. I know what it is.
No, it's different. You actually attach it to the circular saw, and you move the whole unit together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah, because I'm thinking of the one that basically is
You're thinking of
T.
a track saw.
Yeah, I'm thinking of like a track saw.
Yeah.
Like a basically, either way, it doesn't matter.
I don't have one yet.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, as long as we get a decently straight cut over fucking 7 feet.
Trust me, it's coming.
Yeah. I was like, I don't care. But it'd be ridiculous to take it on the whole ass table saw or something like that.
I've been looking at track saw setups that are modular, and you can stack them up to 10, 12 feet.
You knocked over my Power Rangers.
I did.
You dickhead. I just got those stood back up.
Well, then guess what I'm doing when we're done?
No, I mean, I'll fix it. I'm not going to have you do that because they're all tied together to work together. I'll do it. It's fine. It's like...
Don't touch it.
Watch your fucking hands. That's really what it turns into. This is not an ideal situation, guys, but it's better than having the echo and the AC and everything from in there. Even the car noise has been decently low today.
Moderate.
Yeah, because, I mean, I have all these boxes at least somewhat blocking it, you know. But once again, once we get all the foam up there, you won't be able to hear anything. Because that's a layer of like half-inch foam with 1-inch thick foam on top of it.
This going to turn this into a tomb.
It'll be fucking quiet as balls in here. It'll be nice. Because on the old setup, on my old microphone, you could hear everything. Everything. Every vehicle that went by out there.
Oh, wow.
Like, I could hear, when we were at the old place, you could hear people talking in the parking lot. Because they're on the bottom floor.
Oh, good grief.
Yeah. And then like a couple people got into a fight in the parking lot. It was just annoying.
Stand by.
Yeah. Basically had to mute for a minute. So hold the fuck on.
Screw that. Grab the camera, go watch.
No. Well, there was a time that Jessica had to pull me out of a Patreon live stream because people were fighting in the parking lot here. Like literally 2 cars pulled up out there, and actually the patrons got to see this because I actually took it and made a news clip from it. So Jessica filmed it, like the fight itself, and like they were like, okay, so you know where we're at. It was way over there near the opposite parking area by the other fence. And dude hit the dude so hard, the camera picked up the smack on his face.
Nice.
I was like, Jesus. And like, he punched him so fucking hard. Like, he got top mount and just went, whore! Fucking hit him so hard. I was just like, oh my God. I was like, to this day, we have no idea what it was over. but it was like one dude in one car and a dude and a girl in the other car. There was some kind of weird interaction in the parking lot and on the way in.
And some dude got hit hard.
And then like they settled it, sort of shook hands, and then left. Like, what the fuck just happened? And that was on a Wednesday night.
Toughest guy in Letterkenny.
Yeah. Shit. Shit. You know, by the end of that, Wayne is not necessarily the toughest guy by the end of the show.
No, but he's, what do you call him?
What?
King of what? What do you call him? The cheap shot.
Oh, shit. Because it's the whole title of the episode.
Yeah.
I forgot. Well, it'll come up.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
It's a cheap shot, but I forgot what it was. Not
Sucker.
King of the Suckers. That's right.
The
Sucker
King of
Punch.
Suckers.
Yeah, that's right. Let's see, I don't even know. I guess without anything else to go off of at this point.
Yeah, we had a pretty laid back week. Didn't do a whole lot.
Yeah, realistically. Sorry, more messages because the men's group chat has been going crazy because the whole James situation.
Yeah.
Gotta love being in these giant group chats with everybody. It's a nice way to keep track, but then when everybody's bouncing back and forth,
Drives you insane. Or
It does.
Or when you're trying to sleep.
or when you're trying to do that. Well, when I'm sleeping, it's not a problem because I'm on Do Not Disturb. But when doing this, it's like, oh, great.
Oh, that's my biggest problem. It's taken forever to get the rest of the family trained on my sleep schedule just to leave me alone until 2 p.m.
Yeah.
I mean, it was bad. I was getting woke up by my father-in-law on the porch yelling at the dogs, and in the mornings, my wife and father-in-law yelling across the house at each other. And it took me coming out of the bedroom just steaming, angry, fucking psycho a few times just to get them to finally, okay, maybe we should be quiet.
Yeah, I don't really have that problem.
Yeah.
I mean, I wake up early, but I don't wake up in the middle of the afternoon to go to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's really what it turns into. Got to go to work tomorrow.
You know, and the worst part is that everybody thinks because I'm home, I should be up doing things. And, you know, they're bugging me like at noon. That's like me calling you at, 3 in the morning? Or a normal person that gets up at 6, calling them at 3 in the morning and said, hey, do this.
Yeah, I'd be a little angry if somebody called me at 3 a.m. who didn't have an emergency.
Yeah. I told them unless there's an emergency, someone's dying, or someone needs to get dead, leave me the hell alone.
Yeah. If there's a fire, call me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. But like for a long time there too, like Jessica was kind of that way when we first got together because she wasn't on my schedule, but also because she's from College Station. You know, that ain't close.
No.
So I would stay with her on the weekends sometimes. And so I'd have to, if I stayed on a weekday, which was every now and then I'd go up there and surprise her. But I'd have to get up at like 3 to make it to work.
Yeah.
Because I'd have to have a little bit of time to wake up.
Because from my house, it's an hour.
Yeah.
And from here, it's an hour and a half.
Yeah, it's an hour and a half.
And from here, it's
before traffic was stupid.
And from here, it's another 15 minutes to work for you.
Yeah. 10 or 15 at that time of day. But there was one time, well, actually, the thing was, we weren't living here. I was at my parents' house, which is in New Caney.
Okay.
So,
oh, wow.
Yeah. So I had to bring everything with me. There was no going home.
So that's 2-hour drive. Easy.
Yeah. Yeah. So back then, I would basically have to leave at like 3 in the morning or get up at 3 to make it to work by 6:15 or 6:30 back then, actually. And yeah, that was horrible. I didn't do that very often.
No, I'm digging my schedule now because, you know, unless we're shooting a podcast or I have something to do or I've scheduled something, I sleep as long as I want. And much to my great dismay, it's usually 1:30. So I usually get 6.5, 7 hours of sleep at night.
Well, the good news is my CPAP measures how long I've been wearing it. And so obviously it measures when it turns on. So I'm wearing it for like an hour before I fall asleep. So if it says I got 7.5, I know I got 6.5.
See, I use the CPAP myself, but I don't get all the analytics with it.
I don't get full analytics. I just get the sleep report. How like, did you have a bad seal, good seal? How many hours was it?
Excuse me.
I was going to say, if you got a cough.
Yeah, we need a cough button.
I have one. It's right here.
No, I need one.
Well, I can't add that. It's like the mute button no longer works on there. So like when it was under USB, there's a mute button right there. So you could go, as I cough directly into the mic to prove a point. But over here, I can just go. And, there's no point in hitting the button because you weren't making any sound then, but it is what it is.
Right. If you see me moving the thing,
Yeah. Well, if nothing else, just signal. Just go, and then I can hit the button. Yeah.
Team
And
America.
just remember that, yeah. Do the international sign of and you're in trouble. Yeah, that shit. All right, sorry, I was hitting up Sean. See if he had any more questions. Because usually he has like 10 at a time.
Yeah.
And he'll just go on a string of fucking
we
random
need
ass
content.
questions. I mean, we're doing fine because we do have a main topic to discuss here because we have an update to the Rust shooting case. So I'll just go ahead and do the update to it, and we'll talk about, because you said you have some very specific thoughts on this, being a gunsmith and gun safety type person. And we've had people on here like that before go into that, but your perspective will be interesting. So the update in the case is that Hannah Gutierrez Reed, who was the armorer on the set, has been convicted of involuntary manslaughter. So they brought back the case at the end of last year when they reopened it and said, hey, wait a minute, because it was the fact that the gun was sent to them. And the main dismissal of it was that they said that the gun had been modified and it fired accidentally. Except that when it got to the FBI, they went, no, it wasn't. It's literally fine. It's like, and I read this article, which will be linked down below. This is from ABC News. I didn't even know this detail. Was that when they... Hold on, sorry. There's a fucking newscast happening while I'm doing this. I'm on the website. It literally said they hit it with a hammer as hard as they could to get it to fire. And it basically had to break it with a hammer to get it to fire accidentally without using the trigger. Mm-hmm. So for Alec Baldwin, for all of this time, in like the last 2.5 years since the shooting happened, he has been saying, no, it was an accident. No, the gun just went off. I didn't pull the trigger. And they're like, no, you motherfucker, you pulled the trigger. You had to have pulled the fucking trigger. Yep. It's a replica of like an 1873 fucking revolver. Something like that. It's a replica. It's a working replica of a weapon. Yep. It's meant to shoot guns. So she was basically found guilty of basically not doing her fucking job as an armorer and checking the bullets. Because when you have dummies, there's nothing in them. They just look like real things. There's not even a blank. It cannot fire, can't do anything. It's just a dummy round.
Well, they're also snap cap rounds.
There's those. Yeah.
That's essentially a blank without a wax plug in the front. That wax plug and some of the stuff you use for like those power hammers, nail drivers, they'll have a wax plug, and if you try to shoot those out of a revolver at somebody, that plug will hit them. It won't injure them, but it'll still hurt. But a bunch of black powder will come out.
But that's what happened to Brandon Lee.
Yeah.
So, which by the way, the Crow remake is coming out, and that looks stupid. We're not getting into it. Either way,
Stuart.
So, but the idea was that, no, the gun fired on its own. I didn't pull the trigger. Shut the fuck up. Pull the trigger. So basically, because she was such a shitty armorer, and throughout this particular trial, they found that she had been armorer on like several other movie shoots and TV shoots, and there were all kinds of fucking issues with her showing up like high or drunk as fuck.
And just negligent in the way, and just her workspace in complete disarray.
Yeah. Like, I looked at it, like, when I saw the images of the things that she had to work around and stuff like that, I'm like, okay, like, I'm a bare minimum version of a gun person. I like guns. I respect guns. I don't have any here at this particular moment, but I have guns elsewhere. But I would do better at being an armorer on a fucking movie set than this bitch. Right. And the thing is, she's a legacy. Her dad is a fucking famous Hollywood armorer.
Now, when this first happened, did y'all go through how they make movie guns safe?
I know about it where they basically either have plugged or filed any of the barrels down so that nothing can go out of the barrel.
See, another option is to drill a hole through the top of the barrel.
Yeah, so
and you thread in a pin, and that will stop any bullet. If a live round does go through there,
it would stop middle of the barrel.
It's going to blow up the barrel.
Yeah.
But it's not going to kill anybody. But another option for doing that, in say a semi-automatic weapon, if you use the proper width pin through there to create enough back pressure, that will allow the weapon to cycle, even with blanks in there.
Yeah.
So
It'll
you'll have the fireball out the front. You'll have the sound, but you won't have a projectile leaving the barrel.
Yeah, you got nothing deadly coming out.
So you can fine tune that by going with fatter, skinnier pin to create that back pressure. So it almost makes the barrel a gas tube itself and cycles the weapon.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but there's a lot of quote unquote movie guns that basically use like some other type of compressed gas capsule to just basically make a spark come out the front.
I've also seen them thread in a plug at the very end and drill a hole in it.
Yeah.
To allow that same principle.
So basically, it's a much smaller barrel at the end.
Allows some gas to escape, but
So-
while cycling the slide to the rear.
Yeah, exactly. But so in this case, they were, and this is the thing that I had to educate a few people on as it came out. They kept saying it's a prop gun.
No, it
It's
wasn't.
like, no, a prop gun is that fucking Nerf gun over there is closer to a prop gun than anything else.
Yeah.
It can fire a foam dart, but it can't fire a bullet. A prop gun, even saying like some of them are rubber casts painted to look real.
Yeah.
Like John Wick used a lot of those, especially in some of the gun fu scenes, so you
Yes.
don't accidentally clock someone with a Glock. So you hit them with a fake rubber gun, which still hurts, but it won't give them a
But it's
fucking
not
brain
steel,
damage.
you know?
Yeah. Not to mention it's usually lighter than the real thing, so it's easier to, do take after take after take when you're fucking clocking someone.
Like they
Especially
used
if you got rifles. If you're carrying a rifle that you're not using on, if it's just bandoliered on or whatever.
What was that? Tremors 3 or 4?
4 was the flashback one, so it'd have
Okay,
to be
so 3 where he had the fake rifle at the front of his
Yes.
rig.
Exactly.
But yeah, some of those action scenes you can hurt. You ever held a Colt's Dragoon? Massive
No.
snap cap revolver with a 7-inch barrel, and they say it was weighed as much as the leg it was strapped to. I mean, it was just a big piece of iron.
I mean, I've shot many modern pistol and a few rifles,
Yeah.
but I've never shot any
Single action,
old school,
old Colt Army or any of that.
nothing like that. I mean, I fired my dad's .22 revolver, which of course was still
Yep, single action.
still single
Yeah,
action.
I've got my grandfather's ROM RG 22. That thing was probably purchased in the 30s.
Yeah,
I mean, it's super old. Bakelite handles.
nice.
Yeah.
So continuing on with this, so the thing is they still don't. She was being accused of being the one who brought the live rounds on set, but there's no proof that she did. We know that from people on set and complaints that have been filed that people were shooting the weapons, shooting at cans and bottles off hours. So someone introduced
Which
live
is a
rounds.
no-go.
100% a no-go. Can't be doing that shit anyways. New Mexico doesn't want that shit happening. Neither does the fucking film industry. But it was happening. But that's also why you've got random day laborers coming in there. But that's also why they had so many issues on set with people quitting, because basically the whole thing was a shit show.
Yep. They had issues with that particular armor not disarming actors after they were done with scenes.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking back, and they'd hate me if I was the armor on scene.
Oh, you mean you'd be good at your fucking job?
I'd be effective, yeah.
You'd be good and effective, and
It would be a safe shoot.
less people would get shot.
Because
I said that the way I did on purpose. Less people would be shot.
But even at the farm, we have a gun range, and I'm very strict on safety. I run a very clean, very safe range.
Yeah, I'm gonna come out there and play
And
around
we,
with it because I need to get Jessica. Jessica's never fired a gun.
I've taught
So I gotta get her out there.
numerous people from knowing nothing
Yeah.
about marksmanship.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I'm a decent shot and I know my way around firearms, but she's never got to do much of anything with it.
Yep.
So I wanted to take her to like a date night at a range, but
Nope.
I mean, I'd rather come to your
Come out to
place.
the farm. It's safer. It's less scary. It's less intimidating.
Yes, but it's finding daytime where
And
we're
we
all
can
awake.
we can do some desensitization training, where mag dump stuff like that, just to teach her that hey, it's not going to bite you.
Yeah,
Have fun with it,
Yeah.
and get comfortable, and then we'll start working on mechanics.
yeah. Either way, we'll figure that. We'll be safer than the Rust set. So on top of that, they found, including the one that killed Helena Hutchins, they found 6 total live rounds on set.
Wait, what? 3 or 4 of them in the gun when Baldwin was holding it?
There was one more in the barrel or in the cylinder.
Yeah.
Yeah,
cylinder.
So to think of what a revolver has, there was a couple on the table with the other bullets, and there was one in Jensen Ackles' bandolier.
Wow.
So he could have accidentally shot someone. So this is like, but the fact that Alec Baldwin still claims that he was not guilty.
Well, he's going to be coming up on
He
trial
should
soon.
in April. His trial is in April. So, I mean, without a doubt, they blasted right through her trial. Like, it took only a few weeks, which is basically just hearing all the fucking evidence.
What I don't get as an actor, say I'm an actor on a movie and someone hands me a revolver. First thing I'm going to do is check to see if it's clear.
Yeah.
And I'm going to dump all the rounds out into my hand, inspect them, make sure they're not live rounds, and then load them back myself before driving back, reholstering.
Yeah. So, on top of Alec not doing that,
Because I'm sure he was told to.
So Hannah handed a gun to the other guy, the interim guy, who checked it, but apparently didn't check it that well, and then handed it to Alec, and basically they kept saying, it's a cold gun. You don't say that. That's not terminology you use.
No, every weapon's a live gun or should be treated as one.
Yeah. They said, it's cold. I was like, that's not even terminology. But Alec Baldwin has been in fucking, I think, something like 10 or 15 plus movies where he's had to have gun training. He fucking knows how to use guns. I mean, mind you, he's like in his 70s now.
I mean, this was gross negligent all around.
All around. And that's been my argument from the get-go. And there was something I found out at the end of this article that I'll get to in just a second. I had to scroll down to find it. So he apparently he's claimed that he didn't do it. He's not responsible. He didn't pull the trigger. Doesn't remember what happened. Blah, 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 blah. And here's the thing that I've apparently been misinforming about. That the camera was rolling when it happened. Somehow, even though they were in the middle of doing a shot, the camera was not rolling.
I'm understanding that they were setting up for the shot. And
They had been
working on blocking for the fight.
But not only that, so the reason that they claimed that he was angry and yelled at her when he shot her is that she had been directing when that wasn't her job. She was supposed to be working on the photography part of it. But she said basically, like, do this because it looks like this on the camera. And that's
So they were blocking the
they were
scene.
blocking a lot of it, but they were rehearsing it
Yeah.
at that point. But the camera was there because it hit the camera, went a little bit through the edge of the lens, went through her, and then hit the guy behind her, who was the director. Apparently, there's no recordings of what happened at all. All the people who were in that room when it happened, maybe might have just been the three of them, which is
Of
also
course, it got sanitized.
it's also mid-COVID.
True.
So, I mean, if they didn't feel like wasting footage when they're just blocking, like you said, but also they have to see how things
Well, it's
look
digital.
on
What's the
camera.
waste?
Yeah, exactly. There's not energy, time, blah, 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 blah. Hard drives, because those things are just recording on massive hard drives.
Yeah.
So why there's no video of it, I have no idea. Because it was my understanding, maybe it's just me putting my own shit in it, is that the camera was rolling. So there should have been direct footage of him shooting, but apparently not.
I have a feeling there was footage.
And it disappeared. However, I'm not going to go full conspiracy here. However, the thing that I found interesting about that is that apparently he was already off script when he pointed the gun at her and pulled the trigger. That's going to be a big part of his trial. Because people have said, it's like, okay, they were already reported to be having arguments about the production problems they were having. He claimed he didn't know this woman, even though he had gone out to dinner with her like several days before this happened.
And through everything that went on, it looked like the whole production was just a Charlie
The
Fox.
whole thing was a fucking
just
shit show.
Complete cluster.
Yeah, complete clusterfuck, fustercluck, whatever. And it's his production house. This was Rust Productions.
Yeah, he's getting old.
Yeah,
It's time to hang him up.
So the thing is like, and many people argued, why would he be? With your firearms history and instructing ability, explain why he would be responsible in this case for shooting her versus their argument of, well, he's just pulled the trigger. Why is he responsible?
Well, if you're off script first, you shouldn't have had your weapon out to begin with. He is responsible, in my opinion, for not checking the weapon himself. Never, ever trust anyone to tell you a weapon's safe or not.
Yeah.
I mean, that's square one. Second, if they were off script and he was angry, they were arguing, and he whipped out that weapon and pointed at her to scare her, make a point.
Yeah. Because the report was that he said, "Is this what you want?" Like asking her, "Is this the angle, the whatever, however you want in the camera?" Because they said that he was clearly frustrated with the fact that they were doing this, blocking the shot over and over and over, and he was getting so pissed off
And
that
I don't
it
know if
wasn't
he
right.
pulled the trigger to make a point, to get her to hurry the hell up, whatever. But
And if the camera wasn't rolling, why would he have pulled the trigger? If there was,
he was probably being a douche.
but if there was no footage of this happening, right? Which means no cameras were rolling. And which, by the way, you would have multiple cameras set up for this. You wouldn't have a singular fucking camera shot, in my opinion. Especially if this is supposed to be like a confrontation scene inside this church.
I don't know. I've always thought from the beginning something was hinky.
It's obviously hinky because he's said crazy shit the whole fucking time.
It's Alec Balwin. He's always said crazy shit.
It is Alec Balwin. And I did you a favor and turned the camera off while you're eating.
Thank you.
Yep. I know it never ends on your end, but it changes on this side. Either way. But the idea that he claims he didn't pull the trigger, a flat out lie that we've now proven.
Yeah.
He claims he didn't know the woman, a flat out fucking lie. It's
I mean, hell, most of those wheel guns have an 8 or 9 pound trigger anyway.
It's going to take some force to pull the
And
trigger.
even modern reproductions are made with safety mechanisms in the hammer assembly itself to keep it from being able to be strike fired
where you would basically do that number.
No, that's called fanning.
Fanning. Okay.
Strike fired is a drop.
Oh, okay.
Anything that may land on the hammer and make it go off.
It caused the hammer to pull back and flip.
Or something to whack on.
So that's what. Yeah. So that's what the FBI did.
Even if something caught the hammer and pulled
Yeah.
it.
Well, hold on. Let me go back. You continue. I'm gonna.
Say you're walking down the road and someone brushes up against you and catches that hammer, and it gets pulled halfway back. Half cock and the pre-cock before that's going to catch it.
Precock. So what it says is that the Forensic Science Services in Arizona, who were the ones who basically really broke this down, so the trigger had to be pulled or depressed sufficiently to release the fully cocked or retracted hammer of the evidence revolver. The FBI expert, who obviously investigated the gun, said that he had to strike the fully cocked gun with a mallet and break it in order for it to fire without depressing the trigger. Need some more water?
I can make it to the end of the show.
Yeah, we're nearly there. So, I mean, basically, and the one thing is that, so they want to go after him for the criminal negligence that caused it.
Now, I do need to recant a previous statement.
Okay.
I did state that a trigger pull on those revolvers is sometimes 8 or 9 pounds. That's in double action only. That's where you pull the trigger and the hammer comes back.
Yeah,
with
the
it.
trigger's doing the thing.
These weapons they're using are single action.
Single action
So there is
revolver.
no pull. You have to bring the hammer all the way back to the rear, and then pull the trigger.
Yeah.
Those triggers on a single action can be extremely light. That little 22 ROM of my grandfather's, you pull that hammer back and you breathe on that trigger and it's going. I mean, it is close to a hair trigger as I've ever felt.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are very, very similar.
I just realized I was on my cam the whole time. I turned it off so you could cough. Either way, so here the thing is, so that about the whole thing with the gun. So one, they want to get him on negligent discharge of the gun, or basically horrible gun safety on set. The other part would just be catching him on the production end of being so ridiculously negligent that this happened at all.
Another option, what might have happened, he might not have been indexing the weapon properly. When you hold a weapon, you keep your finger on the rail right above the trigger guard to keep your booger hook off the bank.
So
switch,
why
as they
was
say.
his finger on the trigger, period?
That's poor weapons discipline. He was probably holding it like this, saying, "Is that the shot you wanted?"
Yes, exactly.
And
then he pulled the trigger far. But
if the
also, why
hammer
was it cocked?
It might have been out of habit.
Okay, but and this
still-
goes back to why was there no footage? If the case was that they were trying to get the shot filmed, and that's why he's been pulling the trigger.
If you're
there's
trained
footage.
enough, if you're trained enough with those weapons,
Yeah,
and you draw, it's almost automatic.
to pull that
that hammer back.
But gun safety especially for setting up the scene.
Index.
You always, and you know what's really funny. So even when when I showed off that Halo gun,
I do that with my drill. What are you talking about?
Exactly, I do too. I actually do too. But even with the Halo rifle over there, whenever I was showing it off in video, I had trigger discipline.
Yeah.
It's like there's somebody even in the house.
Yeah.
It's like it's a fucking Nerf gun. But I had
it's one of those
I had
things
a comment that said nice trigger discipline.
I've had a weapon in my hand since I was 5 years old.
Yeah.
And it's something that's been, my father's a Marine.
Yeah.
Military after that reinforced it. And
Yeah.
even after I got out of the Army, I've learned so much more about gunsmithing and marksmanship and than I ever did in the Army. So everything was just reinforced over and over and over. You know, before I started driving a truck, I was training for an IDPA competition. That's International Defense Pistol. And I was training. My buddy got the sheriff's department. He placed second in nationals the year before we were training. So we were training. And then I started driving. And you can't put 1,000 rounds a week downrange when you're on the road all the time.
Well, not safely. I mean, there's traffic. You know, you get plenty of.
They did send me to Chicago. So
100% you would need you would need that in Chicago, in Chirac, especially on the southwest side.
Right. Now I was on Iron Mountain when we were delivering up there.
But yeah, so regardless, if they were rehearsing this scene, a camera should have been rolling somewhere for them to know, because they'd have to be in the camera looking at the shit to go, okay, we need to move this way a little bit. We need to change the blocking. Your hand looks weird in that shot. This angle doesn't make sense. We're going to move it over here. Do this. And if they'd done that for so long and so many repeated times that he got angry at it because he was just tired and wanted to go.
I just don't see why. I don't know. I don't agree. I think I don't see why they'd start recording if they were just blocking.
But I'm saying like a camera would have been rolling, period.
Maybe.
Like maybe you don't hit record. You just
It might have been
visual footage.
It might have been part of the shit show that nothing was recording and nothing was done right. That's probably why they were getting frustrated.
Could be. I mean, they were also on pretty low production costs, so maybe they were just cutting corners. Like I said, they weren't wasting hard drives because some of those things they don't, like I said, they don't hit record because you don't just erase it and don't want to waste megabytes of footage if you don't have to, or gigabytes. You know, if those things are like 4 terabyte hard drives in those cameras, and you use up a little bit of that super high def footage,
and you get about an hour's worth of recording per.
If that, some of them are like 10 minutes, depending on you
really
get like 10 minutes of shooting,
if you're
burning
shooting 4K,
a hard drive up.
Yeah,
they're shooting in 4K, and then of course they make it out for movies. These are not. It's not me shooting on my cell phone.
Right.
You know, they're probably using like Red cameras at bare minimum. But the idea is that how that happened is insane. But the idea that, yeah, okay, maybe you're right. The camera wouldn't have been recording, but it was on and doing the thing so you could see what their shots were been lined up. No pun intended. But also, and we argued this before, why, if they knew that there was going to be any type of weapon firing, whether there was a live round, a dummy round, or a blank, there should have been some type of protective screen if there's any type of firearm use for any type of protection.
For real, if you're not actually filming, recording, dump the weapons.
Yeah.
I mean, dump the ammo, inspect that your cylinder's empty.
Yeah. So, I mean, even
drive
if,
on.
So, I mean,
Even if you just stick it in your pocket.
So clearly they were actually lining up for a real shot, because otherwise he wouldn't have had the dummy rounds.
And hell, if he would have done that while he was reloading, he would have noticed, hell, that's not a fake bullet. That's
because he would have done several takes pulling the trigger, which to me means they shot something.
Right. But
so to me, it's like still it comes back to why is there zero footage?
Going back to that first initial step.
Yeah.
Here's your gun.
Yeah.
Clear. Inspect all the rounds.
Yeah.
Reload.
Yeah.
I'm sure this movie, that tragedy at that movie, is going to change so many protocols in every single movie that's going on.
Well, actually, you know what? It shouldn't change many protocols. It should
because those protocols should have already been in place.
They were already there. Well, they already have them. It's just not using them. So there should be punishments built in for the lack thereof.
Because can you imagine the armors, everything they had to go through with any of the John Wicks? And
except that show was run by stunt guys who were good at that shit to begin with. Their
protocols had to have been insane.
Yeah, because they were stunt guys. Yeah. Because they're used to those protocols to keep themselves and other people safe while doing their job. But those movies were done by stunt people. Yep. So they already know. And they're going to be more strict than anyone else. It's like, so having an amateur fucking do this shit.
That's like having your mechanic who's also your equipment operator.
Yeah,
He's going to
exactly.
treat your equipment way better than anyone else.
Significantly.
'Cause he doesn't want to break it.
So, my only problem is the sentence seemed awfully
18
light.
months?
18 months and $5,000
Yeah, that's awful light.
for. I mean, true. It's her negligence that basically caused the death. So
I mean, hopefully they stripped her of any of her credentials. She'll never work.
she
in
should
that
lose
field
all
again.
of her. For Hannah. But it would be if Baldwin goes down for the same exact charges, assuming they don't go a different route. He would still only get that, the 18 months in jail for a 76-year-old man, I mean, he wouldn't serve any jail time. He would be just under house arrest.
Right.
And probably not be able to use firearms, I would think, if they could manage that. I doubt he doesn't own any
Well,
firearms.
he's in California.
If-
Their weapon
if-
rights are almost non-existent. Anyway.
Exactly. I mean, like, there's the guys who pay a lot of money to have guns, but Baldwin basically said, I hate guns. It's like, yeah, he's one of those. Because he's like a New York Democrat. He just happens to live
I'll
in
then
LA.
retire and be done.
I mean, yeah. But the thing is like, the husband...
Bring him back for a Team America 2. And that's about it.
No. Just get him out of there. He was done when he was imitating Trump. Either way,
Right.
the idea was, they wanted to continue the movie because that's what the husband said. Let's continue the movie. So we're moving it to Montana. We're moving it out of New Mexico. We're going to move the whole thing to Montana. Yeah, that's not going to... Yeah, because Montana looks so much like New Mexico.
Depends on what part.
Sure, it's all sand. Who cares?
No, you ever been up to a Ruidoso in the mountains and all that?
No.
Gorgeous, gorgeous.
Oh, I'm sure. But for whatever reason, he said he wanted to move it to Montana to finish the movie. And I said this before, but the husband didn't want to punish Alec or anything else like that. Just, we want to make the movie. It was her last movie. Let's finish it. Which, fine. Except that you have to work every day with the people who killed your wife.
Yep.
I don't know how you square that circle. But for me, also,
so
the
who
family.
Who reopened it? Is that just the investigator?
The investigators.
Okay.
They said, no, we're not done with this. This is bullshit. We're not letting this go. But the family is happy that justice is happening. And I said that from the beginning. I was like, I'm pretty sure her parents want the murder of their daughter fucking found out. And I know murder is a specific charge. Don't at me. It's like, there's something there. It's like knowing that he was angry at her and things went weird and he pointed a gun at her, off script, pulled the trigger and it shot her. Was it completely on purpose? But there's no proof that anyone knew that there was live rounds. But it was horrible negligence that allowed live rounds into the situation.
Negligence on 3 or 4 different people.
Multiple people, period. And the one dude who handed the gun to Alec claimed, he's like, yes, I did my part in this. Throw the book at me.
The
He said,
person
fuck
that
it.
brought the live rounds to the set, which should have never, ever been done.
But they'll never know who did it.
The person who, the armor for not checking everything, keeping things locked down, organized, squared away.
Yeah.
And the person who handed Baldwin the gun without checking it first properly.
Also-
and then Baldwin himself for not clearing and checking his own weapon.
But why the fuck did she not hand him the gun directly? Why did it go through a secondary person?
Yeah, me.
Who also didn't really check it.
Maybe it was a secondary person.
He wasn't part of the armory. He was just a production dude.
Still,
Like assistant
there are live
production.
rounds all over the place.
I'm pretty sure he was an assistant director of photography. So he was like, it's like there was no reason for her to hand it to him, to hand it to Alec. Unless there was something that said it's got to pass through 2 people before the person to use it. Which, fine, have multiple people check.
But then at that point, there's a third person who should have laid eyes on it and cleared
Yeah.
it himself.
And nobody at all. And even one of the guys said, yeah, a lot of times to make sure we shake them. Because obviously, if there's any grains, you'll hear it. In a dummy round, there's nothing to hear. There's nothing to
in
feel.
a dummy round, there's not going to be a projectile on the front. Pressed
No,
into the
dummy
casing.
rounds do.
Really?
Yeah, for movie shooting, the dummy round is a perfectly cast bullet. But it's solid. There's nothing to move.
Oh, so it's a machined bullet. It's a solid piece of metal.
It's not metal. It's plastic.
Okay.
It's resin and painted. So it looks like a perfectly normal thing. So for shooting purposes, camera-wise, I should say, it looks real from the magazine. It looks real in the cylinder and all that. It'll look real when you pull it out of your bandolier. But it literally cannot do anything. Period. My question is, why was there a firing pin in this gun in the first place? If you need it to hammer and you need it to turn and you need the trigger to work, fine. Pull the fucking firing pin.
Depends.
Like
See,
the gun should have been modified to not be able to fire, but
Yeah.
still be able to function.
That's the thing.
Because that's a lot of things they do with like Glocks and shit, so that even if there is a thing, there's nothing that will hit the fucking round and send it down range.
Well, you got to have something to set off the primer to make the pop and make the action cycle. So there has to be a firing pin in
Assuming it's not just a mechanical thing, so
there's a lot of science and a lot of stuff I don't know about fake guns.
There's
I know
a
a lot
lot of
about
stuff.
real guns.
Yeah, but either way,
But my knowledge of movie prop guns is limited.
But in this case, it's a fucking single action revolver. There's not a lot of science.
Nope.
It's thing goes there, bullet goes that way, you pull the thing back, it rotates. But if you disable the ability for it to even contact the round, that would, because they specifically weren't using blanks, because there's a lot of, especially with a lot of close scenes, because of what happened on the Crow, they don't use blanks unless there's no other people around.
Right.
Or they're using some other type of gas release for the flame effect, or now there's no effect at all and they're just CGing in the smoke and the everything, which looks weird.
Depending on the weapon caliber cartridge, they don't look like they do in the movies when they're going off.
Of course not.
Now,
they don't sound like they do.
Now, my newest little pistol, my Keltec PMR 30, that'll shoot a probably 2.5 foot fireball out of the barrel of the choker.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, okay. So funny thing. So I watch Corridor Crew on YouTube, and they do a lot of movie breakdown stuff. Yeah. And they've done a lot of stuff with fake firearms and things like that, but none of them fire. They add the blast effect and everything else like that. So they went through John Wick, and they wanted to make it accurate, so they changed the sound.
No, we're good.
Okay. So they changed the sound and the actual flame pattern on the bullets. But as they were going through the footage, they see a use of an AR, and they didn't even realize that the production crew in the actual finished movie had the actual shot inverted.
Really?
Yeah. So it actually was where the flame comes out was going into the barrel, and then the blast was coming back like this. But it's so quick you wouldn't notice. And of course it's an AR, so it's going really fast, but they're going frame by frame. They're like, wait a minute, that doesn't look right. And they realize it's backwards. So whoever put the movie out just inverted that image on the barrel. It's like, whoops.
Right.
So what they did is they made realistic John Wick, and so they added like blood effects and splatter and shit like that, and like shooting through walls. Like at one point, or they made like overly exaggerated John Wick. So like he like shoots through a wall to kill the guy on the other side, and they have like where it's like exploding instead of just like little pinholes.
Yeah,
it's kind of funny. But either way, I've always argued Alec was never innocent. He, for whatever reason, he's guilty.
Yeah.
How guilty? Depending on like the intent. Because once again, now that they know for a fact he was off script and that gun was never supposed to be pointed at other people, and it was. So he had the intent to aim the gun at someone and pull the trigger, and was angry at that person.
Well, he was negligent himself.
Yeah, no matter what. But he literally pointed a gun at a human and pulled the trigger.
Yep.
Which is rule number 1.
Don't kill anything unless you want to.
Don't
point a weapon at anybody unless you're going to kill it.
Yes. So, assuming he was negligent in that rule, not just blatantly not following that rule, because he's like, I'm pointing this gun at this bitch because I want her dead. Even if he didn't know there was a live round in it. Because if he had two live rounds out of 6 or 8, however many were supposed to be in there, or in this case 5, right? Because most 6 shooters don't actually have 6 because they have to have the blank round.
No.
Because there's some of those that were like that you had to leave the blank because...
That was not a had to. It was what they did for peace of mind.
Okay, but still, if it's supposed to be arrow specific.
Yeah, it depends. But
either
still,
way.
they had 6.
But that point, either way. The point was, if he knew there was a live round in there's no way he knew that it was that round, unless he was like, yup. Literally Russian roulette, like... But if the live round looked so similar to the dummy round that you literally couldn't tell at a glance when looking at the back of the fucking gun you've been holding for hours, then there's something wrong with the industry.
Yeah.
There needs to be more effort to making the fake ones not look like real ones in the moment.
Yeah, or at least have a magnetic system or something in the fake
Anything.
ones. In the fake ones, have some ferrous material that you can actually grab and pick up
Well, no, you want the fake one to not have any
No,
ferrous material.
you want the fake ones to have ferrous material in them because real ammunition isn't ferrous unless
Oh,
they have
okay, I was
steel
thinking it
cables.
was.
So you can use a magnet.
Yeah.
Check everything with a heavy magnet.
Yeah, but if they're making them out of resin to make it easy
And if they
and light and
if they
repeatable.
don't stick to the friggin'
Yeah,
magnet, they're live.
yeah. But at bare minimum, if it's the backside, make the copper less shiny. Something. Make it more matte. Anything that, I mean, obviously, if you're looking at it, you can see that it says fake whatever in the casting, and you can just fix that if it's not a close shot. Or even at that point, if you're doing an up close shot of the back of a bullet, odds are you're using a real bullet for that effect. But if it's a fake bullet in a real gun that you need just there for effect,
More to the point, don't bring live ammunition on set.
ever, period, no matter
Anywhere
what.
you're shooting a movie, doing anything.
Yeah, it shouldn't be there.
You know, when I'm at home and I'm working on one of my guns,
Yeah.
I don't have a single round in there.
Yeah.
I have some dummy rounds that are blue
Yeah,
that I can cycle through the weapon to check functionality. You know,
Yeah.
if I'm replacing an ejector or something like that, firing pin, etc.
Yeah.
I have dummies I use. Those are in there, but live ammunition is nowhere around me.
So, and the other thing would be, you never see the center of the casing. Have like some blue fucking paint down the middle.
You talking about the primer?
So like if you got the entire, you got the shell casing as I'm calling it,
Yeah.
and then you've got the actual bullet at the end, the projectile. If in the middle where you clearly can't see it whenever it's loaded, have some blue fucking paint on it, so
Depends
that
on
you
the
can
movie,
just
though.
empty the shit out and go, those are all dummies.
Depends on the movie, though. How many westerns have you seen them pulling rounds out of their bandolier, sliding them into the weapon,
Okay,
rotate
and
the
that's
cylinder?
fine because you know what you can do with blue.
Yeah, true.
You key it the fuck out and you just key in copper. That's not a
There you
problem. All you go is boop. There you go. Literally right next to it. You go there. Fill.
Okay.
Good. But if you have a blue fucking big old blue chunk in the middle of your thing that goes, okay, these should be dummies. And then if one of those shoots someone, then you know someone modified a real bullet to look like a fake one, and that's intent.
Yes.
You know? Because, I mean, realistically, you don't see the middle, like I said. And there are most things. Even if it's in a bandolier, you don't see that shit. If it's in a gun belt, you don't see that
Right.
shit. You see leather.
Well, nonetheless, that changed the industry forever.
It should have.
It is, and I don't think we're ever going to see that again because so many more protocols are going to be put in place. They're going to be vetting their armorers a lot
No,
better.
you best believe that shit happened in Texas. It's like there would be so many investigations. You'd had the Texas Rangers. Fuck the FBI. We got this. We'll figure
Local
this shit
sheriff.
out. Local sheriff will be out there and be like, nope.
You're dumb.
Yeah, they'll be like, how the fuck did this happen? We need to see. And mind you, they did a lot of investigating. There's body cam footage that's been released now from the cops on scene interviewing everybody. And they just basically it was a shit show that resulted in someone dying. It's basically the same thing that keeps happening in all of these movies where something goes wrong. Although in theory, what happened to Brandon Lee? Brandon? Yeah, it was Brandon.
And the Crow.
Yeah, Jason was the other one. In theory, that was a mob hit. You know, so there's that. Either way, I believe we've been going more than long enough.
Yes, sir.
But I'm glad that this is heading forward. Because I was so mad that they just said, no, we're good. We settled with the production company. We're good. And they're like, no. Someone fucking died.
Yeah, someone fucked up. They need
It's
to
like,
answer.
no,
for it.
I'm sorry. She doesn't get to keep working, and Alec needs to be off anything else until this is settled. Mm-hmm. It's like 2.5 fucking years since this woman died, and it was not being handled correctly. I mean, look at how fast we got through the George Floyd fucking thing. How fast did that trial happen? And that dude was found guilty despite all fucking evidence.
That he was found guilty before the trial.
True. And then he was found guilty in the media. He's found guilty through Congress and everybody else who basically said, this guy's guilty, make sure he dies. But either way, the point is, when it's that situation, we don't even wait. We get that shit over with. Mm-hmm. This woman died under very sketchy fucking circumstances, and they just went, it's fine. We'll get back to work in 9 months.
For real.
Be like, no, we're gonna see why and how this person died.
I'm just glad the investigators reopened it.
Yeah, and that's what I said. Is the guys in New Mexico, as far as I knew, they wouldn't let it go. They're like, no, we're gonna figure out how this happened. And they're like, but the lawsuit's over. They found me not guilty. Remember the gun that I said was a fake gun and shouldn't have fired, and I didn't even pull the trigger. And they're like, this gun? And they're like, that one, it's broken. And they're like, no, it's not. Yeah, it's basically they tried to pull some shit and said it was modified to begin with. Oh. It's like, no, if it was modified, it should have been modified to not work. You can, if you want to, CG a fucking hammer going, the trigger can pull all at once and nothing can fucking happen. It's like, if they were using a prop gun, as they said they were, an actual prop weapon.
See, that wasn't a prop gun. That was a live
That was
weapon.
a real gun being used as a
fully
prop.
functioning weapon.
Yes. And at bare minimum should not have at least had a firing pin. At bare minimum. If that's even a thing they could have just filed the fuck out of. Something they could have removed so they could not make contact. Anything. Put a plate there for all I fucking care. I don't know. Something to not allow it to happen.
See, now, I don't think functioning weapons have any place on a movie set. They need to be modified to not allow projectiles to pass through the barrel. Yeah. They need to be modified in such a way that they're always safe no matter what happens.
Yeah.
Sure, the barrel might explode because the round gets jammed in there, overpressurizes, but that's going to slightly injure whoever's holding it and won't kill whoever's downrange.
Depending on the weapon. Because if it's like a 50 cal, well.
Well, look at, what was it, Kentucky Ballistics?
Yeah.
Just, what did he say, put a thumb in it?
Yeah. Or what happened with Brandon Herrera's buddy who had I think it was a 50 cal explode in his face.
That was Kentucky.
Oh, that was Kentucky? Okay, yeah. Okay.
Sorry, his name's Scott. He was
Scott.
Used to work for the Kentucky Department of
That's what it was.
DPS.
Yeah.
But he was using I forgot the name of the weapon, but it was a 50 caliber that you screwed the chamber onto the back.
Okay.
And he was experimenting with what's called slap rounds.
Okay.
Modified projectile overpressurized cartridges.
Interesting.
So they hit like a friggin' hammer with a hardened ballistic tip.
Okay.
Well, one of them was overpressurized way too much, and it exploded, sending the basically the back of the chamber, a 1 pound chunk of steel, right into his throat.
Oh, fuck.
So his dad was filming for him.
Yeah, because I've seen the video.
And he, on the way there, he basically grabbed his shoulder or his elbow and took his thumb and shoved his thumb up into his jugular.
Yeah.
Which that was rough. He went back and actually recreated it too. He got got the same weapon and overpressurized slap rounds and recreated it exactly.
Sorry, I'm just responding to this message real quick.
I see that. Very unprofessional.
Shut up. We're at the end of the show. All right, sorry. Either way, that's enough out of all that. Go ahead and wrap up since we've got time here, and I would like to eat some of that before
I eat it all.
Yeah, and then also I need to see about possibly cooking those tamales out there before Jessica comes home, so she's got some dinner. That way we don't each have to eat dinner separately, But either way. So, guys, let us know what you think down below or write into the email at NowYouMadeItAwkwardMail@gmail.com. I got ahead of myself. And, of course, if you want to follow me at any Shoky-related things, links are in the description down below. And I'm more active on Twitter now because it's kind of fun to be trolling on Twitter. Also trying to make more kind of just shit posts on Facebook and Instagram. Like, I made a thing yesterday that said, "It's not your fault. They said that shit when you were drunk." So I also
you have been throwing up some nonsense here.
I have been throwing up some nonsense lately. Like I haven't done one today, but it was
I don't know who needs to hear this, but put on deodorant.
Yeah. But I put up one yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Was Sunday. That said it was on the Shoky page, and it said. God damn it, I'll just read it because I put up like 4.
Words are hard.
Well, I put up 4 in the same day, so I'm trying to remember which one was
Too much
which.
bullshit.
I did put out a lot of bullshit, and all of it was different. Okay, let me see here. Oh, yeah. It says, secret truth time. Your spouse knows that it was you, and they are planning something.
Nice.
Yeah. So that sounded like a threat. I'm not sure if it was meant to be. But, and then on my Instagram, I made the other one I did, because I did 2 in the same day. I said, FYI, we all heard that. That's why we were giggling. So I like this is my version of vague booking. To where you're like, You have to think like, oh shit, what did I do? What was that thing? Did I what or whatever? Or like I said, I don't know who needs to hear this. 'Cause I've been doing that like almost every day. But that's on my personal. That's not out there in the world. But I try to come up with something that's so vague.
Right.
But you go, wait. Yeah, like the deodorant thing. Just like, and then I forgot what the first one was, but I did the bed sheets one.
Yep.
Yesterday, it's time to change or wash your bed sheets, and they're like, no, it's not. And like,
Other one was something I responded to, and you responded back, and I don't recall.
yeah, that was probably the first one.
Something about respect your elders.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, yeah, I said respect your elders. That was after our first show when I found out that I'm older than you. So yeah, you need to. Hold on, let me go back. I'm almost there. Oh yeah, by the way, I did forget about this. Goddamn, Akira Toriyama died. The guy who created Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z. That's crazy. Oh, okay. The first one was not sure who needs to hear this. That was stupid. You shouldn't have done that.
I responded with Carl from Sling Blade.
Yes. You ought not say words like that. You're just a boy. And I said, mind your elders. That's right. So either way. Yeah, I'll continue with the I don't know who needs to hear this. I'll keep coming up with some of those just for fun. But either way. So guys, like I said, like, subscribe, do all the other thingies, rate us 5 stars or whatever they are on whatever app you're listening to. I know Apple Podcasts, it's been kind of going down lately. Spotify was going up a little bit, and then there was some other fucking podcast app that was just in the analytics. I was like, never heard of that, but hey, people are listening.
Podcast One or something like that, or iHeartRadio.
No, those are out there, but I've never heard of this one in particular. But we are not being listened to enough to start charting anywhere yet.
Okay.
So when we are, that'll be nice. But I am considering putting out the video version for the normies on YouTube or in Rumble.
That may get a few more views.
So we might get some more views for that because some people don't like to look at nothing. But you have to look at our beardy faces.
Right.
You know, as we're on our weight loss journey, as we sit here and eat crackers and meat. The weight loss journey, as it were. Also, wow, the lighting. No, it's just this monitor. Okay. I was like, man, that looks terrible. It's like, no, it's just this monitor. So either way, guys, we'll see you next time. And with that...
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. You actually remembered this time.
I did.
You always remember.
I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy body full of tats.